Echo Arena is a zero-gravity virtual reality sport that requires teamwork, skill, and communication to succeed. The arena features a spawn area where the game begins. Players enter the arena through a launch tube that has a catapult ring inside to increase speed as they enter. The teams race to be the first team to get to the disc in the center, which is also called the joust. Players enter the arena full of geometric shapes that can be used strategically during a match. The three basic player positions are striker, midfielder, and goalie. Each player's Echo unit is equipped with a thruster on each wrist, a booster on the back, and brakes to slow players down from the high speeds. Re-grabbing or stacking is a common technique used in-game. This is demonstrated when players use each other repeatedly in a slingshot motion to increase their speed. Another useful skill is stunning. This allows the players to temporarily disable the opponent's movement. Stunning can be countered by using the blocking skill, which causes the stunner to be stunned as the offensive team progresses through the arena with the disc. The defending team protects their bubble, which serves as a 3-point line around the goal. When players enter the bubble, each goal accounts for just 2 points. When a team scores, the disc spawns on the opposing team's end of the arena to give them the joust advantage.
What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney here, and welcome to the NEPA Pro Series. We are finally here. It is the last week. What is going on, everyone? It is Tyler McKinney here, and welcome to the NEPA Pro Series. We are finally here. It is the last week. This is championship week. Listen, all season long, we have had 12 teams fighting for one spot. And tonight, we are down to just 2 teams, one from the East and one from the West. And I am excited for the matchup that we have tonight. I think it is going to be fantastic. But before we get into it, I just want to take just a little bit of time here. And I want to reflect back on this season, because this season has been fun. It's definitely been a long ride, but listen, that ride has just been fun. It's been full of all sorts of surprises, and some of them not so big surprises. And, as I look at this is really interesting to see, just how this Echo community really came around this whole pro series and really just embraced it and really put their best foot forward here. This has just been a fantastic experience for me. It has been a fun one to get to be part of this community and part of something that so many people love. This game, Echo Arena has just, it's just so cool to see everything that it is, and really just because of everyone like you, those of you who love the game and just play it for the fun of it. And it's really neat to see this opportunity come so that people can do what they love and get paid to do what they love, and other people get to enjoy watching pros and the best in the world with it. And it's been a really neat experience too, because a lot of this has been new for a lot of people as well. In the Echo community, a lot of people have played with the same players over and over again. And so to have this draft and to have these players coming in at the beginning of the season and having to learn how to play with one another, possibly having to learn a new position, has really been an interesting thing. And it's been fun to watch teams progress throughout, week in and week out, as they learn how to play with one another, how the camaraderie camaraderie, how they gel as a team, how they come together, how they learn new positions and new skills. And, it's been really cool for me as an outsider to not only be introduced to the game, but also get to experience it with a new, with eyes that have never seen some of this before. Because for some of you out there, this is not what you're used to seeing out of certain players. You're used to seeing them play a certain way and not this way. And it's really been fun seeing, those who have, risen and made themselves really big stars in this space and in this game. And speaking of stars, if you didn't get a chance to, you need to go through and, they had a fun night with the Owners game and the All-Stars game. And, listen, the East came out to play, and they didn't hold back with big wins in both the Owners game and in the All-Star game. But that was just a fun night with fun games. And I can't go any further without saying nap time. Nap time, good night. 35 points in that Owners game. I mean, you owned it. Sorry, you have to do that here and there. But also too, the All-Star game, even though the East definitely had it won, was it an experience for me to see all of these quality players and all of this talent on the court, in the arena, all together, and how they played and how they were. It really did show that they all do belong here, and that they all are, all-stars in all of their same regard, with that. I was just impressed by the whole showing. I was wondering what we would get, but actually, they all played, really well together, teaming up and having fun together and taking opportunities and, showing off in that. So it was fun. And if you didn't get a chance to, after tonight's game, you need to go back and check that out. But let's turn our attention to tonight. And listen, tonight we've got two, great games for you. The first one you're going to have is going to be the AAA championship. And listen, guys, these are the next players up. These are the players we're going to be talking about here in future seasons. So you need to be watching and you need to pay attention with it. And one of the cool things is that you've got the Sound versus the Clippers, and the Clippers they're in the championship game, and they are the farm team for the Cyclones. It just goes to show you how they have affiliated each other, and really, they've got a really nice program going on there with it. And speaking of the Cyclones are going to be taking on the Kansas City. I should do this every time. Echo Club Kansas City. The Orlando Cyclones versus Echo Club Kansas City is our championship game. And if you would have asked me about midway through this season, I would say that that's probably about accurate. When you look back on the season that both of these teams had very, very successful seasons. Both of them came in at 7-2. But from a different flavor. Kansas City had a little bit of a rough patch early going on where, this is a team that lost 2 games. But in those 2 games, they only lost by a total of 4 points. So what I'm telling you is 5 points is the difference between this team being undefeated and this team having 2 losses. Every game with them has either been them, being the victor, or they're taking everyone to the wire. And looking on the other side of it, this Orlando team, if it weren't for missing players, could, and teammates, sitting out because the last week, they had everything wrapped up. So that some other players, get in and get some playing time. But if it weren't for those 2 things, this team, could quite possibly be an undefeated team going in here. So we're looking at 2 teams that very easily could be undefeated going in here. And that's right. They have never played each other. These teams have not played each other. Now, granted, a lot of these players are very, very familiar with each other, and they've played a lot of matches and a lot of games against one another. But all in all, sitting right here, when we're looking at this NEPA thing, these teams have not met, they did not meet in the regular season. And so this is going to be a new experience for both of them. And as we look at this game, I think that that's going to translate into early on in the game. I think that you're going to have both teams kind of, jockeying for a position, feeling each other out, feeling how the other team is going to, go through and do things. And as I look at this, I think you're going to see things fairly similar between both of these squads. If there's one thing that is rang true throughout this whole playoff thing is that defense has really stepped up. A lot of teams' defensive game has stepped up, and I could see that going in and really taking root here. I think that this game is not going to be a low-scoring game, but it's definitely not going to be a high-scoring game. I think that, the defenses are really going to show up here, and the defensive ability, so all season we've known that Game can score, that Saluna can score, that Acorn can score, Captain Will, Rosie Hope. But what that's overshadowed their defensive ability. This is a team that can really play defense, and I think that we're going to see that tonight. I think that you're going to see. It'll be interesting to see how much time Captain Will gets in there. But when Captain Will's in there, Captain Will does a really good job. Defense in the bubble. And when you're looking at game is not only a game changer when it comes to offense, game changer is a game changer when it comes to defense. Game is not only a player that can go ahead and, get the save, but can turn around and score a quick 3 on you, no problem, and really have a 6-point swing right there. And having somebody like that's huge. And their stacks, the way that they run their stacks, they're very, they have gotten very comfortable with running stacks with one another. Their dual stack and system with that. Game and Saluna running together, and either Rosie Hope and Acorn, or Captain Will and Rosie Hope or Acorn. It'll be interesting to see which one will be the one that they'll decide to set in this game for their. But out of those three that are running their back stack. They are a force to be reckoned with, and it doesn't matter which combination, of the 5 that will be the 4 that will be in the arena at that time. And so I'm really looking for, them for really the Cyclones to do what they do in this game. And I think that really Kansas City are the ones coming in as the underdog here. And I think rightfully so. The dominance that the Cyclones have shown throughout the season, I think, warrants that. Now, Kansas City, that's not me saying anything against this team. This team has gotten a lot better as the season's gone on, and they really have figured some things out. And part of that has been the play of these players. So Akalasator has really been the leader throughout the season, and that has not changed, and that's not anything different. But really what has happened is you've seen players step up, and players stepping up, I'm talking about Paranim, I'm talking about Sweet Tooth. These are two players, that KFC and Akalasator were kind of pulling along with them earlier in the season. And that doesn't mean anything that they aren't good players or that they weren't good players. But they've gotten better as playing in this system that they run. They're definitely going to be a system that's going to be out there running a couple stacks, but you're going to see them taking more opportunities on defense as opposed to where the Cyclones stay in their stacks. You're gonna see Kansas City, running a little bit of a tighter defense with it, not so much open with that, but with the ability of Paranim now to really come up and be able to score, and Sweet Tooth also filling in that role to where it, I think that this is going to be a really interesting game here. I think that early on it's going to be a struggle between the two. I think that the Cyclones are going to take an early lead, and I think it could go back and forth. I think there's going to be spurts in the game where one team will take over, then the other team will take over. I think that, though, after everything's all said and done, I think that the Cyclones are going to win this game. If you're, wanting a prediction, of this, I'm thinking probably somewhere around a 38-40, 38 I think 40 points, somewhere around there for the Cyclones. And I'm looking at probably like a 32-33 for Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to be around there. But I think later on in the game, when it gets to be about the 3 to the 4 minute mark where, they're starting to feel the crunch, I think that's when the Cyclones will pull away. And I think, like I said, this is going to be probably somewhere around a 5-6 point, win for them, maybe even a little bit more than that. But that's kind of where I'm sitting at with this game. This game is you are going to see this. This is going to be haymaker after haymaker between these two teams. But listen, the Cyclones have pretty much dominated since the beginning of the season. And when they're at full strength, which is what I'm assuming they're going to be at, there's been no one better than Game and no one better than the Cyclones in the arena. And I see that continuing on here tonight. I see them beating Kansas City and pulling this one out. Listen, everyone, those are my picks. As always, I want to know down in the chat what your picks are for tonight's game. This is it, everyone. So sit back, get your popcorn, get your snack, whatever it is, get ready because we are in for just some great action coming up here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the action.
Welcome, NEPA fans and Echo units. It is Saturday night. It is championship night. The NEPA Pro Series 1 comes to a close. First up, the AAA Finals. We've got the Memphis Sounds taking on the Toledo Clippers, immediately followed by our first ever Pro Series finale. I'm joined tonight by Sir Dimwee and Nails. Dimwee, Nails, say hello to your people.
What up, Echo units? Welcome to the finals.
DeFocus asking me, where did I go? I'm still here, sir. I can see myself over on the screen, but I promise I'm here. Well, we did earlier. Remember, I did have to restart, but yeah, I am here. I'm not a ghost. I am not Sir Deadwee. That's not funny, guys. Not this day and age.
Ghost Dimwee. Ghost Dimwee's in the house.
Honestly, goodness, I've been, if you're in certain servers, you've seen me talking about this, the games tonight. Excuse me. That's how excited I am. I can't get through my sentences straight. These games are going to be good. We've only got the two tonight, but they're going to be so good. It's quality over quantity tonight.
So good. There are rules, though, Dimwee, and let's tell the fans what they are. We have got 4 8-minute quarters, a 5-minute halftime, 1-minute timeout available to each team each half. You do see 5 players on the screen, but only 4v4 is what we play. The additional player is a sub who waits in the spawn area. Overtime is played to a golden goal, and no toxic or discriminatory behavior is tolerated. That goes for the chat as well. We want you active, but let's keep it clean. With the rules in mind, let's take a look at the matchup. The number 2 seeds facing off tonight, the Memphis Sounds coming out of the West at 5-3. They got through the playoffs by taking out Albuquerque in the quarterfinals 42-29, and then taking out the number 1 seed Omaha 47-33 in the semis. Nails, what do you see over on the West with the Memphis Sounds?
Yeah, West Coast, best coast. But the Sounds coming in tonight. Looking to that was for you, Dimwee, and looking to reestablish the pride and the joy of the West Coast coming in. The Sounds fought hard, very, very hard through the entire season, and then coming in to the semifinals, firmly establishing themselves there as the number 1 seed coming into the finals, doing some great work. Igneel, as always, popping off, solid shot. Faster X was doing some amazing work. in just coming in and lots of stuns, lots of quick movement. And what we saw out of them the last round was just playing very, very quick. So they've got their chains established. So they've got their accuracy was on point the entire game. Boosie was all over the place, and then Techno doing some that classic juke moves that we see on the floor, on the ceiling, around the geos, doing some really good work, and keeping the disc in the Sound's hand. We'll see if they can use that tonight, how it stacks up against the Clippers when they come out tonight against the East.
There you go. And in the East, it is the Toledo Clippers. Also started the playoffs as the number 2 seed, coming in with a 5-3 record out of the East. They battled Buffalo in the quarters, won that one 51-37, and then took out the number 1 East seed, Worcester, in the semis, taking that one 38-32. Nails, what do we see on the lineup for the Toledo Clippers?
Over on the Clippers, we've got Breezebo tonight. Duke, Tigarbs, as always, Baby True 3, Time, and then Jack 3 will be standing in as a sub there in case there's any technical difficulties. I know he got pulled over to St. Louis, but originating here on the Clippers, who will be filling in for them tonight and filling out their roster. But in general tonight, again, same story from the Toledo Clippers, coming into the semis and knocking down the Worcester Tides, doing some good work, but a lot of fast play, some good passes. They were firing on all cylinders that night, and names to look out for tonight, obviously Breezebo, as always, heading up the team there as a captain and then doing some amazing work. Duke Tigarbs had a cannon for an arm that was on target every time. Baby True and Time following that up as well with some great passing as well as some great shooting as well. They're definitely going to come out tonight, I think, quick and fast as standard for kind of the East Conference across the pros and the AAAs. We will see if they can keep that up for 4 quarters tonight. Dimwee, over to you.
Say it with me.
I'm not saying it.
East Coast, East Coast.
Not saying it.
East Coast, Beast Coast.
I don't even know what that means.
East Coast, Beast Coast. It means what it means. The words could not be more plain. East Coast is the Beast Coast.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not following it. I'm not following
Dominance.
it. I don't get it. I don't get what it is.
Dominance is the name of the game tonight. Dominance will be what we talk about. Dominance will be the words that we send to Sesame Street on our special on Monday. That's not true. We're not going to be on Sesame Street. But
we're going to be on Sesame Street, dude. I've always wanted to be on Sesame Street.
You know, that is honestly the pinnacle of success, is making your way onto Sesame Street.
That's Mount Everest of fame, my friend.
Prove me wrong.
And while the three of us wait for that invite, Dimwee, 3 months ago we had the first ever pro draft for Echo. 100 players were eligible, 60 went to the pro teams. The other 40 have spent the last 3 months participating in the AAA matchup. You've said it before. I think it's worth saying again. These are pro-level players. They have competed through a 3-month season, made it through the playoffs in startling fashion, but expecting to see pro-level play out of these AAA teams, no doubt. What do you think?
I gotta say, so this one I'm directing. I'm not taking your lead in there. I'm gonna totally throw a curveball here, and I'm gonna direct this one at chat. For the draft. I hosted that on my personal Twitch channel, and on that day, we got over 200 viewers watching that draft. This is the finals. This is the pinnacle of the draft. If that is our goal today, ladies and gentlemen, it's 200 or bust, as we're going to get started here in the first quarter between Memphis Sound, Toledo Clippers here in the AAA Finals. Oh, this is exciting. Nails, man, this is I've been waiting for this all day. I wasn't even casting VRML. I've been waiting for this so much, as this was going to be up there. Time, far side, bring it up.
Nice grab.
Techno Wubs, big stop, start us off.
Dude, all day, man. I've been waiting 2 weeks, 3 weeks for this. This is going to be amazing this entire night. And if you have friends that are doing anything other than watching these two matches tonight, talk some sense into them. This is their last chance to catch it live.
I said it on Twitter. I'll say it again. You need a friggin' good excuse to not be here tonight. This is nothing but the best of Echo Arena, as Igneel Sensei on the back line sitting us in. Oh, try and look for that setup to not get the communication. as one boosty boy looking to send the one across. So nobody in particular actually almost gets it back. Jake, Breezebo with the tap. Although we'll be Neil again, sending it up in the hands of Baby True, sending that one all the way out. They're going to get that one off the shield there, sending it to the far side trap, where will be recovered instead now by Faster X. Still scoreless here. Over a minute into this first quarter. That one looking for the ceiling shot, but it will turn over. A little loss of tracking there, and Toledo Clippers may be able to capitalize.
Yeah, and the Clippers come in still. Both teams looking to get on the board early, trying to set the pace and take control of this game and set the tempo. And the first team to go ahead and start putting points on the board is going to have a huge, huge vote on the tempo for the rest of this game. But you see how evenly these teams are matched there. But a lot of steals, a lot of pickpockets. Techno again picking one on the long shot, coming for the bounce. But Igneal there to follow up for his teammate. Nice work. Picks it up off the bounce on the backboard and slam dunks it in for 2 points. And just like that, the Sound are on the board. First up.
Yeah, minute 43 to actually get that first goal. So we got 2 minutes off the clock. Neil almost looking like a layup there, like an alley oop. In fact, as time sending it in. Breezebo look for the cross pass. Baby True. That was some nice dicks movement here we got from the Toledo Clippers on this rollout. It's a simple relay. And you see how effective it is. They are immediately in the offensive zone here. That's for anyone new to the game. Attacks on offense happen at 2 stages. First, you have to attack mid, and then you can attack the bubble, as they're doing right now. Is Jake sending this one in? Time is sending in, but it does turn over. Cleared out. Disc is loose. Collected by Duke Tigarbs, far side. Stunned out by one boosty boy. He's going to send that one away for the chain. The chain gets a little broken up. Faster X with some speed. Actually, teammate, who was that one? Duke Tigarbs gets there off of. Was that off the head?
I think it was off his head. Head's off his head?
Yeah, Duke was boosting in. Watch the replay. Duke was boosting in. It hits him on the bottom side of the face, giving it the deflection to go in. It was, in fact, Breezebo. No, who took that shot? Who took that shot?
I think it was Faster X.
Was it Faster X?
Yeah, I think it's Faster X off the floor.
That was a beautiful shot there and a fantastic deflection. Lucky, but you got to be good to get lucky, as they say. That is a matter of fact. As Breezebo under assault still gets it back, sends it up time, juking around, gets away from Techno, but cannot get by two. As Techno will get that one picked off with the help of a teammate. Now cleared out the far side. They do get the chain in, though they overshoot a little bit. Goal is still open. Faster X picking it up. Faster X sending it off the backboard. Hits it. It's good for the 3. Did not get converted. Did not even get turned into it is a 3-point dunk, but a 7-point lead, in fact, to the Sound.
Yeah, Faster X coming right back in for another shot. And Techno has been doing some great work on defense. You see him executing some great pickpockets there already this first quarter, doing a lot to break up the Clippers offense. The Clippers doing some good work getting over there onto the orange side of the arena. But then once they meet Techno, he is doing some damage.
And a nice slap there to get it into the zone, although it's just turned over. They were trying to get it to time. Turnover again. Duke Tigarbs on the back line sends this one all the way back in. They have a chain in the area. What a leech there. Breezebo. Great ball with a stop in the goal. That one's going to get sent out of the bubble. That was unreal.
That was close. In 1v2, he went for it, tried to get back in there and finish the play and pick up the steal, put it back in, but the defense was persistent there inside the bubble, not able to make it happen. Baby True comes right back, and then Breezebo right across the center like the wind, my friend, in front of the goal for a quick dunk for 2, and they are on the board for the Clippers for the first time in this round.
And respect to Igneal, came out to challenge Breezebo. Igneal saw the cut pass, saw the pass come in, saw Breezebo connect on it, and just wasn't able to get the stop in time. So Breezebo getting the first goal here for the Toledo Clippers, a goal they desperately needed. Breaking the ice now, that's very important, though we still have a lot of time left. This time, sending that one in as I speak of the devil, as I speak of the time. Though that one's going to be a little bit high and wide. Collected down by Faster X, turning it around for the Sound, sending it out. They have a chain. Try to track it down, but it was off of that far side station block. And now a reset here to Duke. Duke's now sending it back in, though. We'll turn over again. Faster X with the dump in. They're looking for, that was a send up. Techno, 1v2, tried to duck one, wasn't able to get by it, and disc is loose again.
And nice over to Techno, and Techno again coming out from behind the goal off a nice feed from the master himself, Igneal Sensei, jumping it right back in for another 2 points there inside the bubble, able to complete the play. And you saw they just continue to bring the pressure there. And And the Sounds are not spending a lot of time down there in the bubble on the blue side of the arena. We've seen that all season. The teams that can convert quickly, once they move the disc over to the opposing side of the arena, tend to do fairly well. I mean, that sounds like a very John Madden thing to say, but not having a lot of time where you have to work around the bubble and take multiple attempts is just a great way for them to run up the score.
An opportunity here. Breeze was sending that one into time. Ooh, almost got it on the rebound as well, but Neil actually gets a slap there. And you see as time went to collect the disc on the ceiling, it was basically where time was going to grab it. It's the same spot it bounced. And for some reason, that activity there, it's so hard to actually grab the disc. It's really easy to miss it. As Neil Sensei sees the open goal, senses the open goal, hits it for the 3. And that's put the Sound up by 10.
Misses do not exist in this dojo, sir. As Igneel Sensei off another long distance 3-pointer there just outside the bubble, and the Sound again doing some really great work. Big thing I'm seeing out of the Clippers is they're just slow to get back those chains back on defense. I mean, just about every point, I think, except for maybe 1 or 2 shots there, 1 or 2 goals coming from the Sounds have been uncontested, and so the Clippers really need to get those defensive chains together to start putting the brakes on the Sounds, because every time they're getting over there, they're cleaning up, putting points on the board. You can see how long it's taking the Clippers to kind of work inside the bubble and try to put points up.
Well, send down to the floor there, Jake, sending this one back across Breezebo, entering the bubble, but gets stopped there by Technowebs. Disc is loose and will get slapped away. They have a chain away. It's Igneel and Faster X in the area, uncontested. Igneel just let the time run down, waits for the chain to get there, pops it in for the 2, puts his team up by 12.
Grasshopper. Now you learn the meaning of patience.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta let the clock run. That's just clock management right there.
Yeah, and some nice work, and they're up by 12. The Clippers yet to get on the board other than that 2-pointer by Breezebo. Off an ineffective clear, coming right back. Nice grab by Duke to save it at the end of the round. As we roll into the end of the first quarter, quick thoughts, didn't we?
Just a fantastic execution from Memphis Sound. The Toledo Clippers really got to, they've got to find their footing. They've got to start completing those passes. But with that, we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
With the first ever NEPA Pro Series coming to a close, you may wonder, when does Pro Series 2 start? Well, folks, the EU wants in on the action first. NEPA TV hosts countries battling it out to see who can take home bragging rights as the best in the EU. Think you have what it takes to lead your country to victory? Then get in contact with NEPA at eucup@nepavrpro.com. As always, you can only catch those here on NEPA TV. Don't forget to follow NEPA TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com.
And back to the action here, round 2, getting underway. That was a good headbutt there from Toledo Clippers to send it in, though it immediately turns over. Technowebs with that chain. Igneel Sensei has a leash, still gets there. It is going to opt for the shallow reset there to 1 Boosty Boy. That was wise to set up here in the offensive zone, Nails.
Yeah, and they're coming right out, and you see immediately the Sounds are trying to control the tempo. The second quarter just started. Clippers got to break this up and transition right back, try to put some points on the board early in the second quarter so they can establish a good tempo and try to climb their way back up to close the gap on this score.
Nice move there from 1 Boosty Boy. Gets this one sending Technowebs.
So nice.
As Faster X. Oh, no. Time got the slap on that, getting that one away from Faster X. That 1 Boosty Boy getting that one away, but there's Jake off that chain, gets it set out. This one's going to be all the way down into the bubble. Here the goal, Duke. Ooh, getting some of their big play from Technowebs. Now clearing this one out, looking to get it through the near side tube. Instead collected by Time up to Jake. Jake looking for a setup, back to Time sends it in. What a save. Oh, nice. Goalie was completely perturbed there. That was Igneel Sensei teaching us things in goal right now.
The man's a black belt goalie, obviously. coming back in. And dude, the Sound on that last push forward by the Clippers, you saw the Sound really did some good work thinking ahead of what was going on. As soon as that disc got cleared out of their bubble, they were already trying to break up the double chain that was coming from the Clippers, which resulted in Duke only being the only person down and uncontested again. Techno off the flat bounce by Faster X comes right back in for another 2 points, and they're back up again in this quarter. And I think that's the first score of the quarter coming from the Sound. But they're doing some nice work, looking ahead, thinking ahead of the disc where it's going to be. Duke gets down there as 1v2, we're not able to do anything with it, but that just shows how on fire right now the Sounds are with their gameplay and their strategy.
Yeah, their defense. There was a lot of there were several opportunities there from the Toledo Clippers for a moment, and the Memphis Sounds defense is just unreal. It's Faster X. See how he turns there to get the more favorable angle. That's not just it's not just a subjective thing. It's not just it's not just for show or for looks or whatever. He's getting a better angle to slam that one in to get the dunk away from time there, and puts his team up by 16.
Yeah, and 16 points. This mountain's getting steeper. The Clippers need to find a strategy here in this second quarter. They don't need to close the gap. I mean, if they can, definitely, but they just need to right now focus on finding something that works. It puts points on the board just like that. Jake coming in for a quick 2-pointer, and that's what they needed. Then they need a couple more of those unanswered to kind of get this momentum going and find a good flow for their team right now.
Momentum is indeed the name of the game. Jake getting a really important goal there here for the East Coast, Beast Coast. This one now in, all the way down, collected by Technoweb's open goal.
Whoa!
Oh, what a shot! Oh my goodness!
Technowebs, dude, on the wheels of steel right there, sending a hot one from 16 meters. Finds the open goal, beats the defense back there on the shot, and right into the top, kind of top left pocket there of the goal. And that 3-pointer was huge for the Sounds because that was a quick answer to Jake's goal to kind of re-break that momentum that the Clippers are trying to establish.
And Avoid in the chat asking Mercy, Avoid, sir, in the NEPA series, in the NEPA Pro series.
So this is finals, son.
Mercy.
There's no mercy in finals. This is a championship. You play till the clock stops.
There's as much mercy in finals in the NEPA Pro Series as there is crying in baseball. There is none. There's no crying in baseball. As Technoweb sending this one up. Neil Sensei, who gets that reference? Somebody gets that reference.
I got you.
Hey, Neil sending us
League of their own, my friend.
Opportunity here. Techno.
Oh, wow.
Wow. He jumped. He leaped. That was a dash goal right there. He caught air. I want to know what that man's vertical is.
Techno, his hand's stuck in the ceiling fan right now.
This Memphis Sounds team is, well, they're exceptional. They're now up by 19 points. And there's still a lot of time. I mean, there's still 2 quarters to go. That's 16 minutes plus 3. So 19 minutes still total to go.
There's
in
a
this
defense.
game.
It's Techno again. He is in fuego tonight, dude. Again, breaking up the QB pass coming out from the Clippers. And just stifling the Clippers and frustrating them at every move. You know, they weren't even able to break the neutral zone on that joust advantage, which has got to be very frustrating for them. 3 minutes here left in this quarter. Still time for them to start finding, a good run with points here that they can do to break this up. You see the 2-man chain already waiting for them in the neutral zone.
Ender in chat says close game. Hey, Ender, what are you doing tonight? Just watching some Echo? As time moving in. Yeah, I that one was pretty hard. Duke.
Oh, nice.
Really
there it is.
Goal there. As I'm going to be paying for that one.
In time off a nice send. My man checking the clock. It's 2-point o'clock off a nice feed to Duke Tigarbs to put them back up to within 19. But more importantly, keep their hopes alive here in this game that they can still put points on the board.
And Ender's response was to say he's going to be watching the Packers game. Sure, that hurts.
Boo.
That one hurts.
Boo.
Van Dyke, do not enable him.
Do not encourage him, Jimmy.
No, what are you doing? It's time sending this one up. Gets it to Jake here on the near side. Toledo Clippers looking like they're feeling something. Oh, stop. Get it. Pick it up. There we go. Bringing it back. Breezebo. When we got the goal, they're not able to get it. As Duke Tigers bring it back again. There they do. They get it. for the 2. They're back within, 17, but still closer than they were.
Yeah, and some good push forward here. They didn't get frustrated and didn't kind of lose their mind as the play got broken up. A little bit of a missed pass there, able to recover quickly. A nice pickup by Duke to put it back in for 2. And Ender, dude, little known fact, A, we sent a man to the moon. 2, you can also watch 2 things at one time. So you can have the Packers on, and you can also have this on.
Yeah, you're going to be watching Packers on TV. You're going to be watching this on PC. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
What is it, 1970? Only got one TV in the house? Come on, dude.
Who among you is devoted? As Igneal, nobody's going to get that. That's too much of a. That's too geeky. Igneal sending us from near side. I mean, that is such a deep cut. That's a deep cut for deep cuts. It's Faster X sending this one across. Igneal gets stunned out. This one up to the ceiling. Technowubs. Gets stunned out again. Breezeball with a good slap. Doesn't get out of the bubble. Collected by Time. Time gets it cleared. They're going to chain after this one. Are they going to get a chain away? I'm watching the mini map. I do see. There is a chain, but a leech. Oh, Bill. Oh, wow. That was close. Duke almost had the opportunity, but Faster X gets possession.
Yeah, and good pickup there. A little bit of time for them to get the offensive chain together, but still the first one's down. Nice work. Duke trying to make it happen, but they are right back. Trying to send it again. Igneal doing some of that karate to grab the disc and break up that pass. Oh, a loose disc.
That one hurts. So if they can recover on that, because they had a big opportunity there. That's the kind of mistakes they can't be making. Time. Open goal. Oh, no. Goes just low. Hits the bottom of the cone there on the backboard. Still opportunity. Duke sending it in. Ding their time. Looking to pick it up. Gets stunned out. And will be collected there by Technowubs, who gets it cleared out. 8 seconds to go here in the half. This one's all the way down. Are they going to capitalize on this? If they capitalize on this. Oh, not quite. But that'll end the half here. 25-8 in favor of Memphis Sound. Toledo Clippers looking like they're going to be bringing it back here maybe in the second half, which means you cannot go anywhere. Well, you can't go very far. We're going to have a longer intermission here for the halftime. We'll be back in not too long after a few words from our sponsors.
Play Game Time playlist. There are those that show up to the game. There are those that change it forever. The ones that achieve the unthinkable to move the world forward. And sometimes in directions we never thought possible.
Introducing the world's first all-electric super truck, the GMC Hummer EV pickup.
Come and compete with the pros March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. This one-of-a-kind event is hosted at Busch Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club and is in support of the Special Olympics. With 20-plus teams and counting, the NEPA Charity Cup will be filled with multiple brackets, fun side activities, and much more. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. Time of our first ever AAA championship. A fairly one-sided first half leaves the Memphis Sounds sitting in a comfortable lead. But Dimwee Nails, we saw the Toledo Clippers make a bit of a run there at the end of the second quarter. Maybe perhaps they found some momentum. What'd you see in the first half, Nails?
Yeah, dude, over on the West Coast, Best Coast, the Sounds doing some outstanding work. They came out very aggressive at the beginning. They were able to get a couple unanswered goals, which really put them on a strong momentum to set the tempo here for this game and really start frustrating the Toledo Clippers. They did a great job of just thinking forward in the game and being able to stop the Toledo Clippers before they could really get anything started by stunning out their double chains that were waiting to chase down clears. And then everyone just doing some great work. I mean, Techno Wubs and Faster X specifically doing some outstanding work. Techno with 11 points, Faster X with 5, but both with some considerable saves. Neil doing his part as well as the Ninja Master there on the team. But between the three of them, you've got 9 saves. So just everybody doing their part to kind of frustrate the Toledo Clippers offense, and then at the same time frustrate their defense by making it back down to get points on the board. Some long distance 3-pointers, really beating up the bubble, and like we talked about earlier, they're just doing a lot with the disc when they have it in a very quick amount of time, which is not really giving the Clippers time to kind of reset and prove that their defense is working for them. I'll let Dimly tell us about East Coast, Beast Coast, my friend.
Yeah, well, the Clippers, they did have a nice little rally there at the end. Duke Tigarbs got 2 goals in a row, 2-2s, and that's what ended there. There were no more goals from the Memphis Sound once the Toledo Clippers started coming back there. And, it's there's still so much time. The nice thing, it's kind of the double-edged sword of the long form of the long form format here. Is that, one team can get pretty far, can get 17 points ahead, but there are still 16 minutes for the other team to come back here. Now, there's opinions about that, but it's an opportunity. And when you're given that opportunity, you have to capitalize on that opportunity. You have to. You have no choice. And you also can't forget that you're only in the position that you put yourself into. You get yourself, you know what I mean? It's nobody else. There's no one else to blame. There's no outside factors. You're here because you're here. You're here because you walked to this place. You got here. You brought yourself here. It's time for you to dig yourself out. That's just the reality of it, and I think they're capable of it. We saw how close they got. That 3 had gone in. This is only a 14-point game, which is much different with 16 minutes to go. So I mean, that's how close this is. One scoring run here for the Toledo Clippers could amount to suddenly we have a close game. So that's I'm hoping for them. But we've seen them make adjustments here. To notice the stats there, they've activated all 5 players to try to make something happen. So I expect their adjustments to start paying off here in the second half. As we get started, that will be a headbutt there from the Toledo Clippers. They do maintain possession as well. Time over to Breezebo. Breezebo to Jake. Oh, some activity there and something happening. As Jake is what's the cat? What's the cat thing? Time sending him across. Schrodinger's cat. So Jake was Schrodinger's Jake there for a minute.
Nice pull. Schrodinger's cat.
It took me a minute to remember the reference.
Hashtag science. You're here to hear it first.
Hashtag science. Oh my goodness. Actually, in fact, it's physics. But Faster X sending through although I think that is counted as a science.
So physics is a science.
Well, some might argue. No one argues anymore. But this one loose for a moment. Duke accidentally scumming Breezebo there, his teammate. They're not able to get that chain together, though. It looked like an accident. You see that happen. As a headbutt there, sending it in. Oh, my God. They almost got the angle there. Going to be collected by Faster. Bring it in and hits it for the 2. They're up by 19.
Faster X putting it on the board. What I did like out of the Clippers that time, they met the offense. So they did a great job of bringing up that offense at the very beginning. Got pickpocketed there in the center, but they did a great job of getting back on the defense and trying and making the Sounds work for that goal. Didn't work out, but the goal was not uncontested, and they were able to get back and crowd the bubble. They got to keep doing that to slow them down.
I'll pick up here from Techno Wubs, looking to get the clear out to the near side. Actually, a send out. I see teammates in the area, though no one's collecting on it. Finally, it will be one booster. We're sending it across here to Faster into the bubble. Gets it to Techno. Techno gets stunned out. Disc is loose in the bubble. Nice pick up there, Faster. Turning it around, sending it in for the 2. Although it was an anchor who's looking for maybe a 3 there from the shoulder, but will still put his team up by 21.
Faster, again, just doing Faster and TechnoWubs have been doing just some incredible work tonight between the two of them. Just a two-man wrecking crew, not to leave Igneel out at all. Igneel's been doing some great work as well, but every time Faster X and Techno, who most of the time, by the way, I think are getting fed by Igneel on the assists, are just crushing the Clippers defense right now.
Sending here from the Clippers. They really need to get another goal here. It's 2 goals so far from the Sound in this the third quarter here as they're looking for another one here. Faster X, empty goal. That one goes quite low, though. As we get a dropout from the Clippers, that's not good, although it looks like it was their substitute, so nobody actually in the arena dropping out. Duke sending this one out, but it will be immediately in the hands of Faster X off of that nice chain. Faster trying to duck Breezebo. They get the double stun. And it will be a long shot here. One Boosty boy looking for one long shot. Not going to happen there as it's loose on the far side. Boosty gets it back. Boosty's going to walk it. Boosty sends it. Boosty hits it. They're up by 20. They're up by a lot. 24.
Yeah, and nice pickup there by Boosty off another feed from Igneel. Again, just feeding its teammates and to put points on the board. The Clippers just got frustrated there a little bit on their offense by the Sounds defense. Saw a great clear coming out of, I think it was Breezebo, but they didn't really get the chain together to follow that clear, and then it ended up Breezebo 1v3 as he got a good stun but wasn't able to stop the disc movement back over to the blue side of the arena.
Sending there, Jake under the goal. Jake with the setup to Baby True. Oh
no.
Igneel Sensei gets another one. How many saves does he have in this game? 4. Tied with Faster with 4. Unbelievable as this one's into the Clippers bubble. Clippers defense in the area will be Jake for the Clippers, getting it picked off now on the back line, sending this one up. Oh no, off the popcorn block of the new recovery there. That's Duke Garbs getting it back, sending it out all the way into the Memphis Sound zone, all the way into the bubble. Bounce there is going to keep it away from blue and into the hands of orange here. One Boosty boy is turning it right back around, sending it out through mid. TechnoWubs is in the area. TechnoWubs is not going to be able to get there, though. Instead, it will be Breezebo. Pick up their far side Techno, though, with a stun. Causes some disruption. Disc is loose. Faster in the area. Turns it around. Oh, it is handed Jake, though. Jake was looking for a lineup. Instead, had to just kind of scuttle that one in. Breezebo there, far side. With the send back. That chain, though, causing... They were ready for that. They were looking for it. One Boosty boy, TechnoWubs, turning it right back around off the near side wall. 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Faster X. Long shot. The empty goal was going wide. Igneel gets it picked up. Puts it in for the 2. They are up by 26.
Igneel, where did he come from? Was he just hanging out there the whole time?
I think so. Yeah, they have a name for that. Cherry picking. That's okay.
Yeah, but
actually, it's not a bad thing. Someone's like, well, I mean, he said that, but that's what it is.
When you're up by 26 points, dude, you can afford to cut a player out of your 4-man lineup on the offense there, and just have them sit out. Like, even if they start scoring, unless they get on a run, you're not losing anything. So what you buy by having somebody just sit over there, Boosty, another 3-pointer from outside the bubble, is you get opportunities like that. Somebody just waiting around on the clear.
Enter in the chat says that Time is good and upcoming. Played well with me in a private. I actually got to play with Time in the Snowflake Cup with my brother. Me and my brother, Time, and another new player. And I got to say, we didn't get much opportunity to. I can't speak too much on Time's ability, although I can say he's a fantastic player. But I can speak a lot on his attitude. He has an amazingly positive attitude. He is a good kid, a good dude, and I definitely fully endorse him as well. As a Time on the near side. Speaking of the double, bringing it in. Once again, the point does.
There it is.
Wow, what timing from Time. His ears must have been ringing as he sent that one in.
Off a nice read there, and you saw they brought a 4-man offense. One gets stunned out, still got 3 rolling in. Plenty of options for Time. Elects to keep it, finds the pocket, and that's what they needed. They need a lot more of that. But those good passes and those connections happening, a nice breakup there by Time again. Looking to change the course of this game here by really frustrating. And here comes the Time. One more time. It is his moment, my friend. Mom Spaghetti.
Sweet mom in the chat giving us the Powerball numbers for the day. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure what the numbers are. I don't know what the numbers are about. And I probably did something really rude. And
those are all the numbers for the Clippers, dude.
Oh, those are Clippers numbers. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Go play those numbers.
Also play those numbers for Powerball.
Go play those numbers for them.
Yeah, but if you win, you got to split it with us.
Yeah, split it with everybody here watching this game. It's 120 people, 126 in fact, is Neil plus us, so like 130. So that's going to be a lot of people got to split it between.
But you don't have to split it with Ender because he's watching the Packers game.
Yeah, dude. Uh-oh. That's 3 in a row here from the Clippers. Has it begun? I don't know. 23 points away. They're going to need a lot more than this.
Yeah, they need a couple threes here coming up to the end of the round. They've really only got time maybe for 2 if they hustle and break up this QB play. But that can put them definitely within striking distance to at least tie it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 30 seconds to go in the quarter here. Sending it across. Ooh, missed pass there. That's actually gets the recovery, sending this one up. Igneal on the back line, looking for the send in. Sends out one.
Nice break up.
Who was that? That was Duke Tigarbs in the goal. Duke has the last goal we've seen, and that save there. We only have one more time for one more goal.
Where's that chain, boys?
We only have time for one more goal. Yeah, the back chain not getting in quick enough. They're just getting together, just boosting out. Now splitting up there. They're collected there by Duke. Duke looking for the send in.
Send it.
Shoot
the J. Shoot it.
Oh, one boosty boy with the last second grab. We'll stop it there as we end the quarter 37-14. A 23-point deficit in favor of Memphis Sound. With that, we're going to go to one more word from our sponsors. We will be back. Do not go anywhere, I believe.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central, be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. With fun games and exclusive interviews, we never know who will show up on Late Night VR. So join us at 9:30 p.m. Central right here at twitch.tv/TheNepaTV at 9:30 p.m. Central. Just like the second quarter, we saw a fury from the Toledo Clippers to end the third. They're trying to chip away at that lead. 8 minutes to go to try and even things up. Memphis Sound still comfortably in control. We'll send it back to Dimwee and Nails in the booth.
You know,
back in the booth.
Doing the math, they need 8 goals. If they can, it's a tall order, but if Memphis Sound doesn't score, if Toledo Clippers score 1 goal per minute, they could do it. They could do it. That's not an impossible pace. As
they opened up. The Clippers opened up a can of anger here at the end of the last quarter. Oh, not enough to stop Techno Whoops on that. Again, setting the pace for the Sounds at the beginning of the fourth quarter with the first points on the board. But the Clippers, they found something deep inside on the last quarter, and they need to keep that up. Put a step on the accelerator of frustration, anger, whatever you need. Dig deep, my friends. Dig deep and turn it into points.
Indeed, dig deep is Duke on the quarterback position. Chuck in the chat saying no way they put up 23 with Igneal in goal, and that's a fair point. Igneal Sensei is a phenomenal goalie. He's been a phenomenal goalie in this game tonight, and that is a fair point. That they do have to contend with one of the better goalies in the AAA here. There's Duke walking up, gets it to time bringing it in, get it in on the goalie. They do get 2 on the board.
And Time says, I hear your Igneal Sensei, black belt goalie, and I raise you the master of Kung Fu, Time, coming in from the ceiling off a nice send and a Banksy.
To be Techno Wobs, though. Looks like maybe some confusion on who's in right now because they're playing with 3. It's Time. Gets this one picked off. There are 2 in the spawn room. I don't know what's going on, but
there it is.
The Toledo Clippers are able to capitalize on it. They get a 3 on the board. They're within 20.
And back up, and there you have it. I don't know where the miscommunication was, but excellent job by the Clippers. And you saw Time looking around like, where is everybody? Like, why?
Oh, they had a dropout. That's what happened.
Oh, nice work by Time. Kept the disc moving. Didn't just stop and kind of wonder. Did a couple sanity checks there, and then got the 3-point pickup. Nice work.
And even though they knew they were down that player, they're still playing with 3 right now, though they almost get a goal anyways. Not sure what's going on with the Memphis Sound. Not sure why they would be playing with 3. They do have that sub. I mean, that's why they have the sub. There's a solid shot hanging out in the spawn room there. As one Boosty Boy turning around, although Igneal Sensei is back. I believe that was who was out though. Jake turning it around, looking to get that one, trying to get it to Baby True, but it will turn around again. Breezeball on the back line, turning it around. Some ping pong though, opportunity time, bringing it in time. Oh, Igneal Sensei with a stop. That's why they weren't going to be able to get the substitute while the game was active. They would have had to wait for the next goal. So instead, they just waited for Igneal to get back instead of putting Soul Shot in, and it pays off here. At least it seems to, as time gets to stop in the bubble for the Clippers.
Yeah, and the Clippers just, I know they saw it, weren't able to act fast enough. Open goal! Oh, Igneal! What?
Unbelievable save there. Another opportunity, Breezeball. Another stop, and that's with the player in his face. Unbelievable. Duke was all over Igneal, and still Igneal got that right there. That is what sets the okay goalies apart from the great goalies, is being able to make those stops. You know how hard it is to make those stops with someone in your face like that? You know how hard it is to make that stop without grabbing their body? You know how hard it is to do that? It is so difficult, and he makes it look easy as the Clippers back in possession again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone was laying some jackhammer fists on his face, and he still was able to make the stop. Well done. Time.
Gets the 3. They're within 17. I don't know. It's probably too little too late. Time, they're getting 3 goals in a row here. Time is absolutely popping off right now.
Yo, Time is the difference maker. He went from, 0 points? I think he had 2 or 4 points. And now at 12.
Not to take credit or anything, but it did start when me and Ender were talking nice about him.
Words of encouragement. You never know. You never know how it's going to help.
Ooh, Techno was trying to get that one to Boosty. Boosty, wise reset. Very wise. Did not have an opportunity, sent it to Sensei. I would anticipate that was good communication there. Faster X bringing it in, hits it. Goalie is stunned out. They get another 2. They're back up by a lot, 19.
And they were on a run there for a second, but they've got to be feeling a little bit better now. The Clippers coming right back out. Time doing some incredible damage here, putting them back up into the 20 spot, trying to close the gap. Like you said, might be a little bit too little, too late. But right now they can at least try to stop the bleeding here. And depending on how the rest of this goes, and if they can capitalize on a lot of these Sounds mistakes, then they could be right back in. But they have to act quick.
Duke walking it up, sends it over to Jake. Jake has the chain on his back, and they're able to get it away. Faster X with the clear. Chain looking to get together. Too many leeches, though. It's going to be a fight for it. Everybody ever shoots. Jake gets there first instead. Jake turning it right back around. They have a chain together. This is a good chain. They're in the area. Oh no! They're shooting. They were a little bit wide as Bounce took it back to the center of the arena. Though Jake on the back line gets it picked up here. 2:40 on the clock. I haven't done the math, but I'm pretty sure we're just about out of mathematical time. As Breezo is sending this one right back in time. Stunned out as he's taking that shot. Disc is loose in the bubble. And Technowebs will get it slapped away. I'll do the math now. What's a 19-point difference? It's a minimum of 7 goals, I believe, required. So 6 resets, minute and a half, minute 40, excuse me, as the point of no return. So 37 seconds remaining as time, bringing it in. Well, they extend it. They get it in. It's going to be instead a minute 20. So yeah. I don't know if it's possible, but they do technically still have time.
It's going to be a shooting match. I know that much. And, the Clippers coming in, Time again doing some magic. You saw Igneal Sensei, great read that we didn't get to talk about there, but definitely left the goal and broke up that cross opportunity for the Clippers and completely deflated that entire offensive push. But they were able to get back in there and put points on the board. Good on them. But just shows you how well Igneal Sensei is playing and how well he understands this game from a defensive and goalie perspective.
Duke with the scoop sends this one in. Minute 30 on the clock. They only have 12 seconds. We are effectively out of time. Memphis Sound will be taking the finals here in the AAA. Congrats to them. One Boosty Boy, solid shot. Techno Wolves, Faster X, Igneal Sensei. Putting on a phenomenal performance here. Waiting on the final score. Les Igneal will get another stop there, turning it around, trying to get it out through that Nearson tube. Stuck in the trap instead. Time sending it across to Jake, who will get it in for the 2. So you got to point out the fact that Time has been absolutely popping off here. Ended the third quarter with 2 goals right before Duke's goal, and then in this quarter has 4 goals and now an assist.
Yep, and Time. I mean, He was a difference maker in my mind here coming into the third and the fourth quarter. Really put the team on his back and started making some magic happen. It changed the entire play style of the Sound. I think the Sound just had so much of a lead at that point. It didn't really matter because it was happening just a little bit too late. But he definitely changed their entire mentality of how they were playing against the Clippers once he started putting points up.
That was on its way in. Duke got the stop there. That was absolutely on its way in.
It's a robbery.
Yeah, that was phenomenal save there by Duke Tigarbs. As this one sent across, Faster X sending it in. Maybe one more goal. Only time for one more. There it is. Neal with a good redirect sends it in on the stunned out goalie, and that will finish the game. 43-26. The Memphis Sound are your AAA champions.
Nice work by the Sounds. Great game to both teams, but outstanding job by the Sound. Just every single person on that team just putting up points, doing some amazing work, playing a man down for a little bit and still figuring it out. Outstanding job, and congrats to the AAA champions, the Memphis Sounds. We're going to take you to, I believe, some interviews, correct?
First off, Nails, let's take a look at the stats. It was a fairly one-sided show. Time popping off towards the end there. Hats off to all the Toledo Clippers, but Memphis Sound statistically looking pretty strong here. What do you see looking at the board, Nails?
Yeah, I mean, again, you see across, just look at the points across the team there. I mean, Boosty coming in with 6. Igneal 2. Don't let that fool you. It's because he fell out of the game. I had Igneal with 5 goals across the game. And I'm pretty sure he was in double digits. That would make him double digits regardless if they were all 2s. But you have 3 players with double digits across the board, and then you had 3 players with some a steady amount of saves between the 3 of them. I think the total there may have been 13 saves across those 3 players. But they were just working as a well-oiled machine tonight, and it was just too much for the Clippers. For the Clippers, outstanding job by the Clippers in the third and fourth quarter to really kind of change the play and the momentum of the game and try to come back. Time, obviously, the difference maker. But shout out to Duke Tigarbs for really putting the team on his back early and getting points on the board, because that's what kept them in this. At the very beginning, they still had a chance coming in the second half, and I think that was a direct result of Duke doing some outstanding work, not only with saves but also with goals. Dimwee.
Yeah, that is phenomenal performance. Igneal, I got to shout out Igneal for performance on the goal. Igneal Sensei making a name for himself in the AAA. I expect to see him in the Pro Series in not too long. Also, check out Igneal Sensei on TikTok, although I haven't seen anything new from him in a bit. That's my way of encouraging him to put more stuff out there, because that's why I knew your name a while ago, and that's why coming into this one I know your name that much better. It's easy to recognize you. So do more stuff on TikTok, Igneal. But yeah, this is a phenomenal performance.
There you have it. Update your business, sir.
I will. My vote for MVP is honestly Faster X. Faster X.
Really?
Early on, Faster was who was outperforming everyone. Technowebs did come back there. Technowebs had a great second half, but Faster X came out early on. Faster X is a big reason why his team was up by so much early on as well, picking up. I believe he got 5 saves in the game as well. So Faster X is going to be my pick for MVP, although Time is certainly the highlight player in my opinion.
Yeah, and I will disagree with Faster X. I think I agree with everything you said, that Faster X really did a lot to put the team out early and really spread out that gap and put the Clippers really at such a disadvantage. They were just trying to claw themselves away out of the pit basically for the rest of the game there and try to close that gap. But I think Igneal, even though once the Clippers started to try and find something that was working for him and Time came out and started making some magic happen, I think Igneal, he had so many assists, so many feeds, did such an amazing job there just kind of reading the offense and breaking up plays before they even got started, just ruining crossing options, and then as well always doing some great work in the goal, being frustrated and still making the stops, and then sending those clears out that, or at least reaching the neutral zone, but very much in the beginning of the first half of the game, clearing those all the way down to the blue side of the arena for his teammates to go ahead and do something with it once the chains were together, and breaking those up. So Igneal's going to get my vote for MVP. However, for Spotlight, I totally agree with you. Time was the difference maker. I think Time is what kept the Clippers from getting completely blown out in this game, and it was a direct result of Time coming in and just making a name for himself and doing some incredible work.
You know, I'm gonna actually take this one away. Sorry, Brutus, not too.
Oh, what? We have a reversal, sir.
I'm gonna change my vote. I'm gonna agree with you, Neil Sensei, for MVP on this one.
There it is. I talked Dimwee into something. Woo! You saw it here first. It didn't happen till the championships. We finally did it.
Well, way to join the winning team just in time, because I was going to go with Igneel Sensei to break the tie. After pointing out that Faster X got off to the hot start, it was actually Igneel Sensei who outscored Faster 7-5 in that first quarter. And let's be honest, the Memphis Sounds never looked back. Like you said, Techno Wubs got hot in the second quarter and really just kind of buried things there. But Igneel Sensei with those 7 points in the first to get that early lead and then closing it out with defense for the next 3 quarters. Just an outstanding performance. So he's going to go with the MVP, player of the game, whatever we're calling it today, and totally agree with the highlight player. Time just getting things done. Too little too late, unfortunately, but a great individual effort there in the second half. So great play. An awesome start to our championship night. There you have it. Our first ever AAA champions, the Memphis Sounds. Congrats to them. Toledo Clippers, a valiant season. Excellent effort tonight. Appreciate the great entertaining match. But Memphis Sounds being crowned AAA champs to Pro Series 1. And with that, it looks like we're going to step into some interviews, so don't go anywhere. Let's see how the teams feel about their play. Breezebo, good evening.
Hello.
Congrats on a great AAA season. Unfortunately, come out on a losing end tonight, but you guys put in a great effort to take it here and had a really nice second half to try and close the gap. What did you think of tonight's match?
We were coming in it kind of cold. We had a roster change up that we were kind of shuffling around with there right before the match started. We just we didn't find our stride early on. I think we watched a VOD of previous game, and we had a plan of attack, and it didn't work out when we started getting into it. Their stacks were fast and their stuns were often. So a lot of the issue is that we weren't able to even get our plays together in order to execute. So we finally started figuring things out in the second half there, and started making them play our game instead of their game, but it was too little too late. I wouldn't mind the opportunity for a rematch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, wouldn't we all? And hopefully we'll get that chance when Pro Series 2 comes around. What do you take away from this season and from this match as you think about going into Pro Series 2 and what might be in the future?
Things are looking optimistic for the future. I know with the expansion of NEPA being on the table and more and more players starting this game every day, I'm excited to see what continues to happen for the NEPA organization. I'm not sure what is going to happen in that avenue, but I'm really hopeful to see some fresh faces make it into the PDR and see them make their way up the ladder here and see what comes of it.
Yes, indeed, and congrats to you. You've made it here to the top. AAA season under wraps. As you look back on the season, what stands out to you, either from a match or a play perspective, most to you as you look back at the last 3 months?
I honestly think the semifinals game there is what really stands out to me, because we came in as the 2 seed, which we got by the very end of the regular season there, and it was kind of a grudge match going against Worcester because they had already beaten us twice in regular season play. So for it to come as close as it did, and for us to end up coming out on top, I think that's the takeaway memory that I'll have from this season.
Well, great. Thank you for a great season. We have enjoyed watching all of the play. The Toledo Clippers did great. That was a nice win in the semis, taking that one 38-32. We'll look forward to the NEPA future with you. Look forward to seeing more great play from you and the rest of the team. So congrats on a great season. Sorry it didn't work out for tonight, but hey, you made it to the finals, and there are 10 other teams who can't say that. So feel good about that. Congrats to you. and we'll look for more from Breezebo here in the future. Thanks for your time.
Alrighty, thanks.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
And here we are with the AAA champion Memphis Sounds. We've got a full house in the interview room tonight. How does it feel, Sounds?
It feels great to have won the finals.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Something like that.
Very, very good.
Yeah, I would say so. And you had quite a run to get here. You took out Albuquerque in the quarters and Omaha in the semis to make your way here. And now you take off the East champion Toledo Clippers in the finals. What have the last few weeks been like as you've made it through that gauntlet?
Well, we've been practicing for the last 2 days, trying out new plays, so they wouldn't be able to read our, old plays, just to make it unpredictable for the other team.
Well, and that strategy obviously had a bunch of success. You jumped out to an early lead and you never looked back. What was it about your offensive strategy that allowed you to jump out early and establish that dominance in the first quarter?
Go fast.
I will let Boosty Boy take on this one because I'm very proud of when they were the ones that were playing the first 4 rounds.
Yeah, we just kind of went fast and made passes. Then we just kind of dunked it, dunk meta, because they were covering those threes really well, so we couldn't really take long shots. So if we take the twos.
After we had all that momentum after the first 2 rounds, we just were like, might as well keep it going. And like after the first round even, we just kept it going after that because we weren't going to slow it down after we were already doing so well,
Yes, indeed, and we enjoyed watching it. Igneal, you were coming out of the match, not listening to our post-game show, but congrats to you. You were selected as the player of the game of our first ever AAA championship. How does that feel?
That's pretty sweet.
Definitely deserved.
He definitely deserves that.
Yes, a solid shot. I'll ask you, Igneal Sensei, getting it done in goal. The announcers couldn't stop talking about the play. It was going on in the chat as well. Igneal Sensei really locking things down. What does that do to allow you freedom on the offensive end, knowing that he's back there as a steel trap in front of the goal?
It feels good.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, hell. Oh, sorry. It gives us, we know he's going to be back there, so we can't, there's no point in worrying about the defensive end because it's already locked down by Igneal.
He makes sure we don't get scored on threes on.
Yeah, so we're not worried about that other offensive team if Igneal's there.
Yes, indeed. Well, Igneal, you got it done. You had 7 points in the first quarter, helped establish that lead. Faster X, you jumped off to a quick start as well. Took it 14-2 there in the first quarter and never looked back. The defense of Igneal trying to hold things together as Techno Wubs got hot, got some goals going there, and you guys closed things out strong. So a great finish to an awesome season. Again, congrats to you. First ever NEPA AAA champions. Hope you go enjoy a celebration and join us for the game that's coming up next, which is our NEPA Pro Series final. Don't go far. We're coming right back for the Echo Club Kansas City against Orlando Cyclones match. Congrats, Memphis Sounds. Great season. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome back, NEPA fans and Echo units. This is the match you have been waiting for. 12 weeks, 112 matches, 12 teams all vied for a spot in what is the first ever NEPA Pro Series Championship. The two teams who made it here tonight are Echo Club Kansas City and the Orlando Cyclones. They both have a shot to go home as champions of the first ever Pro Series. We've got a great match coming at you. I am joined by one each, Sir Dimwee and by Nails. Gentlemen, this is it. The championship. Let's go, let's go. What do you think, Nails, going into the match?
Well, not to get in front of you guys. Nails, you're always first, and I love you talking first, but I have a mission for everyone watching right now. Copy the link at the top of your browser, hit the share button on your cell phone, and paste it in all your team servers, your community servers. Don't upset anybody. Don't break any rules. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. Don't go spammy, but get everyone in here. 200 or bust. These teams have worked too hard for only 110 people to be watching them play in the pinnacle of the Pro Series. Get him there. Get him here. I'm sorry. That is your mission. It is on you now. It is on you now. Get him here. Let's do this. I'm so ready for this game. I'm so ready for this game. I'm
200 or bust. If we don't hit 200, we're shutting the stream down. I can't back that up, but empty threats being what they are, get your friends, get everyone on. This is it. This is the champ. You have waited for the entire season for this. I was going to do the whole song, but I'll save you guys that. But welcome. Tonight is going to be huge. We've got 2 8-2 teams coming in. Echo Club Kansas City coming in for the whole season. Only 2 losses to the Montreal Freeze and the Destroyers. There at the beginning or the early in the season, and then to the Freeze there towards the end of the season, second half. But coming in, basically carried their weight, rolled in the number 1 seed to the playoffs, and were not able to be taken down as much as every team tried to break them. They are smart. They're able to switch their strategy on the fly. They are quick. They are violent across the arena. Great communication, great passes. They can adjust on the fly based on who they're playing. You know, they've been watching a whole lot of tape, waiting to take on the Cyclones. Got KFC, who regularly wakes up in the morning, chooses violence here in the Echo Arena, just laying down stuns whenever he gets a chance. Deadly from outside the bubble. Doc Ock as the captain of the team. Accusator doing great things, moving around, lots of jukes, hard to pin down, very, very quick, great reads and great arena situational awareness coming in. Sweet Tooth as well with great shots from outside the bubble, deadly on the long shots, able to work his way around inside the bubble, take shots from behind the goal. They're off the backboard, just claiming Banksy's like he's putting on an art exhibit. Paradigm, she is just deadly for breaking up passes, catching all kinds of interceptions and breaking up those cross passes, breaking up your time in the bubble, and then hanging out outside the bubble. Paradigm is deadly coming in, will hang outside the bubble, roll in, and right when you think she's not even in the play, comes in out of nowhere, picks up a nice cut pass, and then dunks it right in front of the goalie's face. Not only that, is just crushing it as goalie for this entire season, been putting the stop on plenty of offenses this entire season and breaking up their ability to put points on the board as well coming in. And then finally, looking over at the Cyclones. Sorry, I didn't forget you, Zeus. My bad. Zeus as well coming in. And as the sub tonight for Echo Club Kansas City. Haven't seen Zeus play in a whole lot of games, but every time Zeus is in, it's been crushing it as well, as characteristic for the Echo Club Kansas City. What that means for them in general is just that every player on their team is deadly, and if they are in the arena, you have to worry about them. So they've got 5 players lined up tonight, that all of which can be a threat to the Orlando Cyclones. And then the Cyclones coming in 8-2 as well. The only 2 losses they took during the season were against the Florida Laser Sharks and the Chicago Wizards. They're coming in to just prior to the playoffs there during the regular season. But the Cyclones have just been deadly, set the pace early for the entire season for East Coast, Beast Coast. There you have. I finally said it. And they have been the team to beat. went undefeated the longest out of all the teams in the entire Pro Series divisions, or both divisions. And you've got Game, Saluna, Rosie Hope, Captain Will, Acorn, every single one of those players putting up during this season double points in some games, stuns, saves. Every single player on that team is capable of playing every single position, and you never know where the threat's going to come from. If you pin down Game, you've got to worry about Saluna slinging in heat from outside on the left and right shoulders for three-pointers. Rosie Hope coming in, breaking up your chains, getting together on a two-player chain of death between her and Game, her and Saluna. Always in the right place, the right time, moving around the arena very quickly. Captain Will feeding the offense all the time, breaking up the offense and stopping goals. And then Acorn as well. If you're covering all three of those players for Captain Will, if Acorn's out there and you're covering Game, Saluna, Rosie, you've still got to worry about Acorn. He's been coming up off the floor and out of the corners of the bubble, putting points on the board when everybody else is covered. And the Cyclones have just been firing on all cylinders. They saw a couple issues during the season with player availability, but again, just a testament that they were still crushing the teams they were playing, coming in with not their regular starting lineup. So it doesn't matter who's in the arena for the Cyclones, it's going to be a problem for the other team. Dimwee.
Hype train.
Hype, son. Hype
train. That's a reference to the chat, but also hype train. Guys, we're there. We're here. We're at the finals. There's not Nails. I have nothing to add. For anybody who questions whether or not these guys know the game, my goodness, sir, that was everything. There's nothing left to cover. I have nothing left to say. I'm ready to go. That covered everything. Let's do this. Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
This is the NEPA Pro Series Season 1 Finals. Game versus Oculizator. And you know, this is the sport of the future. This is the thing. This is you know, it's days like these where I get I start doing that thing where I start talking like bigger than where we're at, and you know, the pipe dream starts coming out, and I can't help it because this is, honest to goodness, this is the game of the future. So I'll channel that energy instead as we're waiting for this to start. I want to thank everybody here in NEPA for the opportunity I had to cast these games, to do play-by-play, the thing I love doing, the thing I'm best at, working with Nails and Brutus and DeFocus here and Van Dyke and everybody who's been involved the whole season. This has been, on the production side of things, this has been nothing but fun. I am here working, and it's been nothing but fun. And these teams are ready up. They're here to work. They're here to get this set up. So I just want to send out a thank you to everybody involved in NEPA, because I have had a phenomenal time here in this Pro Series as we get started for the first quarter. Nails, we're here, man. This is it. This is the pinnacle.
Double for me. Loved every second of it this season. Brutus, say the thing.
Let's go. Let's go.
And we're kicking off here. That's going to be first touch. Orlando Cyclones with the Oculizator. Echo Club Kansas City is on the board. On the board first. 7 seconds in.
Just waiting on it. Swings around for 2-pointers. They are making a statement early. We had one game during the season where East played West, right? I think it was just one. But these two teams have never seen each other in the arena during this series. And so this is it. Like they have both been dominating their divisions this entire season, and now they're going head to head.
This one said, read their paradigm. Turns it around. This is a good clear. They're going to chain after this one. Chain is in. Opportunity, Sweet Tooth has to wait. Looks for it. Oh, that's going to be a big stop. But KFC, Kansas City Fried Chicken, is on the menu. Sorry, Palador.
There it is. The Colonel Sanders is in the house, making it happen. And KFC, great follow-up there behind the goal, was expecting his teammate to go ahead and put it out who that was originally shooting, gets stunned out, but then comes in and finishes the play from behind the goal, picks it up, and dunks it in for a little bit of dunk meta early in the game.
You know, Palador, we'll be in good company. You can be sure of that. A Sweet Tooth Farside sending this one through. Good collection there. Oculizator far side has KFC in on the floor, looking for an option. KFC is covered heavily right now. That is Acorn doing that man coverage there. Although, look at how far the defense is playing outside of the bubble to keep these lanes covered. KFC off the what a setup. Sweet Tooth has it in. That's 3 in a row to Kansas City. They're up by 6.
Kansas City stepping in the accelerator early. I don't think we've left the blue side of the arena since this game started. It has just been Echo Club Kansas City, hot and heavy. So the challenge for them will be able to keep that up for all 4 quarters, because as we've seen before, once the Cyclones it takes them a little bit to kind of get out the starting blocks, but once they do, you have got to be ready for it. And if you don't have a healthy lead, to go ahead and pad that till you figure out how to play against it, you are up for a challenge.
And Oculus got another pickup here. They're going to get the chain, and are they going to get 4 in a row? Are they going to get 4 in a row to start? Oh my goodness! Oh my God! I am almost speechless here. Sweet Tooth getting another one. That's 2 in a row for Sweet Tooth. That's 4 in a row for Echo Club Kansas City to start this game against the Cyclones. I don't know if the Cyclones with this roster have faced this sort of uphill battle at the start of a game yet. This might be a first.
Yeah, and the Cyclones, we've seen them come out kind of slow. Most teams they've played this season have met them in the first quarter about even score, and keeping up with their scoring. But it only takes them a little bit to get started. And here they come on the first attempt. Sweet Tooth with the denial.
Unbelievable stop there by Sweet Tooth. Is this one a big turnover there? They're going to chain after this one. Rosie coming in deep here, alone, uncontested. Goal is open. She's going to walk it in. There it is. A first goal for the Orlando Cyclones is scored by none other than Rosie Hope herself for the 2. They are on the board.
And nice job by Rosie getting out there, picking up the disc solo. Saw her checking her 6 o'clock to make sure nobody was running her down. Gets in there, puts 2 on, and that is, once they're on the board, that is the start. Kansas City has got to keep up this offense and keep this pressure on if they do not want Cyclones to close this gap.
Yeah, Cyclones will very quickly close that gap. If anyone's been paying attention this season, the Cyclones are very much second, third, and fourth quarter teams. The first quarter has always been the roughest. A big stop there, Rosio. Big pick up there. KFC not able to recover it, though. Disc is loose. They're recovered by Paranim. The pocket picked. Acorn, no, actually Rosie Hope with the send up, but that's Sweet Tooth on the back line, keeping it in place. Sweet Tooth, open goal! Oh my goodness, that's what you have to do, Sweet Tooth. He's jumping around, and I don't blame him. They're up by 9.
Sweet Tooth, nice work. It looked like somebody in the bubble may have stunned out one of the defenders and just kept them outside or tied them up, frustrated them just long enough to keep them out of the lane so Sweet Tooth could put that 3 in, because the defender was right behind it, couldn't quite get there in time.
There was also a goalie who had just committed to a chain out, and I think that also kept that lane open. So there's a little bit of activity. So basically, multiple options for defense there were all kind of sussed out there. As this one, that's a big play from Paradigm, looking for the turnover, does get it picked up. Paradigm on the far side, looking for a clear, does get it clear. Oh no, actually off the bow tie. The game, Saluna Chain is going to get it picked up instead. Good recovery there by the Cyclones. Game over to Acorn. Acorn bringing it in, looking for the send back. Nobody in the area. This one's to nobody in particular. Erosio does have to get it recovered and does an option for the reset the game here on the back line. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. We're already only 3 minutes to go. That's 5 minutes have already passed off in this game. Rosie up sending us within. Acorn looking for a cross, looking for a cut. Actually goes back to Rosie. Rosie now looking for a cut herself. Rosie going behind the goal there. Good read by Sweet Tooth. Gets this one sent out, but not away. Oculator will get it sent away. They're going to have to get the chain together. They do. There's a lead show. Oh, the headbutt! The headbutt! The 3! Sweet Tooth hits it!
Sweet Tooth pop it off early. Pop it off early. Already with 10 points. Double digits. Dude, we are 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes into this first quarter, and Sweet Tooth already has 10 points on the board. And I'm sure the Cyclones were coming out expecting Oculator or KFC to really start running up the score, and out of nowhere, a Sweet Tooth is like, nope, I am the man tonight. I am the one you need to be watching. Respect me, because I'm going to put your team in the hole for points.
And that's what they have. They have to do this. If they want to take the victory here, they have to get ahead early like they're doing. As Rosie, a big shot, Sweet Tooth, big stop. This one's loose here in the trench. Paradigm is going to get their first stunned out, though, by Game. Game turning it around. Does not have a lane, though, under Sassault. Gets that one picked off. That's Oculator. 1v1 against Game. Oh, you don't see that very often. Game, though. 1v3. What? Gets it loose. Game is playing 1v4 right now. Oh, my God.
No way.
Saluna.
No way.
What?
Gabe, that right there, and hats off Saluna. Great job picking up that loose disc, puts it in for 3, takes him back within 9. But Game on that play alone tied up the entire team. One player tied up 4 defenders. They could not shake him, dude. He was like a bad cold.
He didn't just do that. He did that in the finals. Tell me he's not the best player in the world. Saluna
In
sending
the
that one in.
finals, dude.
Unbelievable. Sweet Tooth, big stop, but Acorn at mid sends it right back in. He was in Valley. Sweet Tooth gets it back again. This one sent up to KFC, looking at the empty goal, sends this one in, looking high. Shane gets there first as Acorn with it, turning it around. Minute to go here in the quarter. This is already an insane game. Game's going to get this one sent in. Does he have the angle? No, not quite. This one's going to be loose in the bubble. Good chain there to pick it up. Oculizator. Less than a minute to go in the quarter. This one's sent out. Paranim in the near side trap, looking for the clear and does get it in, but it's going to be the hands of the defense again. So we have a little ping pong action right now as both teams playing just on the edge of their ability. As that one's going to be cleared all the way in. The bounce is not going to be favorable to anybody but Game, of course. Game sending us one in. Opportunity. Saluna hits it. They're within 7 just like that.
And that's what we've seen all season. Game, best player in the game. But what makes him the best player and what we've seen all season is his ability to feed his teammates and cause swings in the play action. We saw, and I hope somebody clipped that last series where he tied up the entire defense. But those are the things he does to open up those plays. He didn't score either of those goals, but he made them completely possible by great placement, great positioning, and just breaking up the plays of the offense early.
A misplay there at mid, although good recovery, keeping it in. KFC open goal, hits it.
Oh, yeah.
To end the quarter. Wow. This is quite the start to Echo Club Kansas City. Off of that 3 from KFC, they're going to end the quarter 17-7 against the Orlando Cyclones. This is a lead that they're going to need going into the next quarter as we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We will be right back. Not only should you not go anywhere, you should bring friends back with you.
But they didn't.
This flag isn't backwards. It's facing this way because it's moving forward. Just like the men and women who wear it on their uniforms. And the country it represents. They're all only meant to move one direction, which is why we fly it this way. On the flanks of the all-new Grand Wagoneer, moving boldly and unstoppably forward.
With the very first NEPA Pro Series coming to a close, you may wonder, when does Pro Series 2 start? Well, folks, the EU wants in on the action first. NEPA TV hosts countries battling it out to see who can take home bragging rights as the best in the EU. Think you have what it takes to lead your country to victory? Then get in contact with NEPA at eucup@nepavrpro.com. As always, you can only watch those here on NEPA TV. Follow us on social media or visit nepavrpro.com.
We're going to start here, second quarter, not even the second half. Game gets the first touch on it, sending us one in. Looking for a send in there, trying to get it to Acorn. It's not going to happen. Good read there by Echo Club Kansas City. They have the Cyclones number here, Nails. They are playing against this team as if they know everything they're going to do.
Oh, yeah. And that is what KC has done all season. They have been notorious for watching tape and coming into the arena and just crushing the strategy that has been bringing you W's for the entire season. They can flex on the fly. They really understand how to adjust their team to play what's best, what they're seeing. Saluna, nice send just outside the bubble for 3. But they have just been frustrating teams all season with that, and that is what makes them so dangerous.
You know, actually, I just remembered there's something I had to brag about to you, Nails. That I figure might make you a little jealous. This past weekend, of course, there was that LAN event. During that LAN event, the Cyclones played at the event. They played in the NEPA series at the event. They won that game in that room there. I was actually right nearby. During one of those intermissions, they took their headsets off and Game sat in a corner there. He was actually being hyped up by Mozzie. I got to go over and talk to Game literally during the intermission as paired him. Big goal there, puts the team up by 9. But yeah, I actually got to go talk to Game during the intermission of the game, face to face in person.
No way.
That was really cool. Yeah, he was a super friendly guy. He was totally on it. Was totally there, and I was super friendly about it. Yeah, absolutely.
You're right.
That was
I'm
really
completely
cool.
jealous. I'm super happy for you. I'm a little bit mad that I don't get it, and that you're rubbing it in my face. But I would definitely do the same thing. I can't hate you for that.
Yeah, it was one of those experiences. Like I'm gonna go talk to him just because I want this memory. I want to do this. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everyone knows my opinion of Game. Best player in the world, although a lot of people disagree with me, especially in this chat. As Game now bringing it in. 4v1. He's going to send it in for the 2. They're back within 7 again.
And the first time, and that's the first point Game has for the entire game. Although leading his team with 22 stuns, But the 12 points they have on the board, not reflected in game stats, but I mean, every single one of those scores, I think Game has played a direct part in making that score happen.
Kansas City here on the South advantage. They're missing a player here. Zeus is currently in. Who is missing? Someone try to figure that out. There's an Oculus here on the near side.
No, KFC. KFC's out.
KFC is missing. What is going on? Oh no, the shot there is going to be wide. That was from Zeus, so they're collected here by Sweet Tooth on the back line. There are arguments for Sweet Tooth being the best player in the world right now. Zocalizer sends that one in, gets it for the 2, and they are back up by 9.
And Ock doing great work. And then KC, again, this just shows how well KC has been prepping for all the games this season. They have one player drop out. Zeus folds in, almost seamless. They're able to still put points on the board. They're obviously, all the teams are going to scrim and practice with their subs. But there's something to be said for that chemistry for your starting 4 that you play all the time. But for them to come in with their sub and still play like they're not missing anyone at all is just incredible.
And Wines, that was a reference to your opinion. You've definitely been expressing it quite a bit. There it is, Acorn gets another one. They're once again within 7. And I can respect the difference of opinion, even if it's wrong.
Also, I value your opinion, sir, even though it is completely invalid.
Shout out to VREL in the chat. Is that the official account? I'm curious. Let us know. Are you the official account or just a fan account? As this is going to be Sweet Tooth handling it here on the back line, ducking that chain, turning it around, and then he no-looked that pass.
Yeah.
He absolutely no-looked that pass. His Game is going to get this one on the turnover.
Dude, Sweet Tooth, look, ducks the 2-man chain, and then looks back at him to let him know that they missed him, and then sends it away no look. But Acorn coming right back in with another 2, dropping from the ceiling like it's a tree. Another 3 points on the board from outside the bubble. And dudes, this is where you see typically in these games where the Cyclones are playing, once they smell blood in the water, that is where they start getting on the horse. And it's usually about the time Acorn starts putting up points. As Acorn's coming forward to support, that's when they start bringing that offense. And here we go.
Yeah, this quarter so far, Kansas City only has 1 goal. It's 2 from Paradigm. Conversely, Cyclones have 5 goals, 4 in a row right now. As Rosie up, sending this one to Acorn here. Looked like Kansas City also dealing with some connection issues with KFC right now. That is unfortunate. As Rosie up, sending this one in, hits the crosshair to Game. Juking gets by one more pass to Saluda, and they're within 2 just like that.
Yeah, and the looks like KFC's back in it now. We'll see if they fold him back into the play. But Saluna off a nice feed from Game. Game and Saluna have been a gruesome twosome this entire season on their chains, their communication, their chemistry and flow. In so many times, every time we see anybody playing Game, nice grab by Acorn, coming right back for the 3.
Oh, gonna get it anyways. Oh, it's only a 2. They have tied it up, 21-21. We have a game.
We've got ourselves a game now with Game in the arena, but this is the point where they start getting into it. They start feeling their chemistry, their strategy starts working out. They're no strangers to closing gaps early in the game and then running away with it. I think KC is well in a great position to counter them. On the breakup, coming right back, empty goal. Rosie with the Begsy for 2. The defense isn't able to make it back up again. And the first time in this game, we see the Cyclones with a 2-point lead over KC.
7 unanswered goals here from the Cyclones. 7. There have been a total of 9 goals scored in this quarter. Only one of them is to Kansas City, and that was for Paranim. KFC far side, though. KFC back in the game here. The stunned out turns it over. Acorn and Rosie look at the chain after it, not able to, as Oculus stuns them both out. Ock turning it around for Kansas City now. They're in their first deficit of the game. Oculus pausing here. Looking for the send-in. Does hit KFC there, far side. KFC back to Ock. Ock going to walk this one in. Has a bit of a lane, though the chain gets to him. Stuns him out, turns it over. That's a big turnover there. Saluna sends that one out to Saluna in game. Ock somehow got that leech, gets back into it, and that's going to be back in the hands of Kansas City. But now disc loose on the near side. KFC chasing it down, so Kansas City back in possession. Minute 13 on the game. KFC sending up and across. And that's a send in there. I believe that was Paradigm with the clear. All the way in. Uncontested, KFC hits it. They've tied it up again.
Somebody go back and watch that play from the beginning. Oculusator comes in, gets stunned out by a two-man chain just above the nest, and then it turns around and immediately jumps on a leech, breaks up the only defender anywhere near to stop the Cyclones, breaks up that entire play. And the reason they got another 2 points back on the board and tied this up was a direct result of Oculizators' just tenacity there to get back into the play. And that's why he is Oculizator.
Yeah, Paradigm with the pickup now. Looking for the clear. That gives it away to Game. Their Game on the back line, sitting this one in. Looking for Rosie up on the far side. Rosie getting there. 28 seconds. Only time, really, for one more goal. Possibly two, but they'd have to score literally right now. This Game sending it in. Good read there, Sweet Tooth. What a read. That's nice. A good argument there for Wines. This one gets cleared all the way out. Rosie up, tries to touch it. Stunned out. Oh, what a play there. Acorn gets that one out of the bubble. The KFC gets it first. KFC to Paradigm. Shot. Rosie Hope gets the stop. They send it out. Saluting with it now. Looking for the clear. Does get it cleared out. 5 seconds to go in the half. This one's all the way down to Kansas City's out here. Game looking at a shot, looking to bring it in, sends it. Oh, no way! That's the stop in the goal by Sweet Tooth, and we're gonna go into the half tied up 23-23 again. You know what? If you're gonna go anywhere, you know this one's for you, Nails. If you're going anywhere, bring someone back with you. We'll be back in not too long.
Yeah.
Come and compete with the pros March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. This one-of-a-kind event is hosted at Busch Stadium's exclusive Redbird Club and is in support of the Special Olympics. With 20-plus teams and counting, the NEPA Charity Cup will be filled with multiple brackets, fun side activities, and much more. Go to nepavrpro.com for more information. Halftime show, an exciting first half brings us a tie match. Nails, take a look at the stats and tell us what you saw in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Echo Club Kansas City come out hot and heavy at the very beginning of the game. Sweet Tooth has been popping off. Paradigm doing outstanding work there in the defense and keeping the offense guessing. KFC doing amazing work as well. Fell out of the game, came back in. Zeus doing some amazing work picking up the sub. They're keeping them 4v4 and then allowing the team still put points on the board. Oculizator, again, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Hopefully somebody clipped it or watch the stream later. But Oculizator playing just like an enraged animal, breaking up after he gets stunned out there just above the nest. Breaks up the offensive two-man chain coming from the Cyclones there by leeching onto the chain, crawling his way up, and then resulting in another 3-point score coming from KFC, Sweet Tooth, at the opposite side of the arena. For the Cyclones part, a little bit slow out of the gate, but nothing new that we haven't seen from the Cyclones at all this season. Acorn coming out swinging there. But as soon as I think it was Rosie Hope may have been the first one on the board, and once those points got on the board, they started to kind of get into their normal rhythm we see. And then the second quarter, they really ran away with it, able to close down at least a 10-point gap. We're now looking at a tie game. At one point, they had a 2-point lead, but Cyclones got blood in the water. And that's when they start firing all cylinders, and here they come. The Echo Club Kansas City needs to keep the pressure on. They've been doing a good job here at the end of the second half, but they've got to keep up that intensity going into the second half in order to keep the Cyclones at bay and not allow them to get a lead where they can start bringing all 4 players forward. If they do it, it has to be at a cost, and the only way Echo Club Kansas City is going to be able to do that, keep the pressure on. For the Cyclones, they have already put the fear of the Orlando Cyclones into the Kansas City. I guarantee it. They closed the gap now, and Kansas City is right now reworking their strategy of how they're going to attack them in the second half. I'm sure they'll come out with something that's going to work. But the Cyclones right now are in a good position. And I think they are right now have a good chance to take the tempo of this game rolling into the third quarter if they keep up that action.
Dimwee, we saw a 10-point lead, Echo Club Kansas City after the first quarter. Orlando able to erase that in a second. His game really got hot when he wasn't scoring, feeding Saluna and Acorn. So some really strong play out of the Cyclones in the second quarter. What do you think changed there for the Orlando Cyclones?
They figured out the strategy that was going to work for them. They kind of, it looked to me like they abandoned the ace play really early on, which is rare. Game is a big believer in the double chains, like a huge believer in the double chains. And to see him abandon that strategy so early, it means Echo Club Kansas City came in here with a way of destroying that strategy, and Game did not have an answer for it, so they had to audible. And that audibling is what got them to whatever strategy they're working right now. That's got them that's got them well tied up. Oh, the headbutt goes very near the goal. They have an opportunity. Oculator hits it for the 2, and that's your first goal. Echo Club Kansas City retaking the lead.
Right back in it. And with a great neutral joust there coming out of Kansas City. Again, they took a little break. They're restarting the third quarter exactly how they started the first quarter. And if this keeps up, I mean, if the second half plays like the first half, we might be looking like an overtime. I won't say anything else on that.
Also, Wines. I'm not. I was not intentionally ignoring chat. We had to get back to the game real quick. No, I love the chat because the more people who are wrong, the more right I am. As Game is going to turn this one around, sending this one in, hitting for the 3, and they're up by 1.
And Game getting on the board. We didn't see him start putting up points until late in the first half, and now Game is got another 3-pointer coming in with 7 points. Rolling into the second half here. And now Kansas City's going to have to start watching him. They're doing a good job, I think, of frustrating him so far as on the scoring attempts, but not frustrating his ability to feed his teammates and still make points happen for the Cyclones.
This one bounced back. Oh, that chain. Saluna gets a pickup. Saluna sends it. Oh, ding off the goal. Barely missing that one. Narrowly missing it. Rosie up handles it on the near side. Undersaw, but Paradigm still gets this one sent in. Not able to play it was Acorn, but Game somehow coming away with it, turning it around. Juking by the defense. One more pass, another ding. That is unbelievable. It's collected again by Game this time over to Rosie Hope. And Rosie Hope will hit it. Third time's the charm. They're up by 3.
Great work by the Cyclones continuing to bring that pressure. You saw the ding there off of Saluna's shot. Did not let that slow them down. Continued to bring that offense. Recovered the disc. Some great passing. Worked their way back inside the bubble. And then able to put some points up to take the lead again here by 3 points.
Sweet Tooth, quick pass, deep pass. This one's all the way in. Nobody's in the area. That's looking like a turnover. Not gonna be. KFC, big pickup over to Alexander, juking around. The stop. Game gets it picked off, and that's gonna be a turnaround. They get it cleared out. No clean chain. Who got that leash? Who was that? Sweet Tooth. That was Sweet Tooth who stopped the chain from getting in, but Game still gets there. Stunned out this time by Alexander. It's a double stun, and looks like KFC with a clear out, but in the hands of Rosie over the backline. Rosie looking for Saluna on the far side, does not connect. KFC with a pickup again. Look for a clear. Doesn't get this one to Paranim. Paranim almost had that lane instead off for the reset, although nobody in the area. The chain is looking to pick it up. KFC with a good recovery. Sends this one out. They have 2 there. Paranim again with it here on the near side. Looking for the send in. Does send it. Hits Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth bring it in. Oh, on the stunned out goalie. Acorn gets his touch on it, but it's in for the 3 nonetheless. They tied it up again.
Nice work. And again, going back to that, the earlier in that play, Paranim been a ninja all season. Like, I didn't even know she was in the near side tunnel, and then picks up a pass to bring it forward, gets broken up again, but then picks it up again off another pass to feed it back forward. And that's what Paranim has been outstanding at all season. It's just the unaccounted for player that's just feeding these offensive plays, breaking up the offensive plays as a defender. She's just everywhere and nowhere all at the same time.
Saluna sends it in here, hits game. Gabe juking around, gets the defense all discombobulated, gets it in for the 2. The Cyclones are back up by 2 here, 30-28, with still over 12 minutes left to go in this game.
2-point game, 4 minutes here left in the third quarter. It's Roll Tide versus War Eagle versus, I don't know, I guess the Dogs. Georgia Dogs would be a better example of that. Yeah, that's right, Chop. Talking to you, buddy. Get in the chat, my friend.
Now far side, who's going to get there? Oh, a slap there to keep it in play. And it will be Sweet Tooth on the back line. The slap was the clear attempt. Sweet Tooth gets it, sends it in. Occulizator not able to play it. Who's going to get there? Paranim touches it, gets stunned out. Disc is loose. And a good chain there from Kansas City. Even when you're on offense, even when you don't have far to go, those chains are very important, KFC. Big setup here, Occulizator.
Oh,
the
no!
double ding. Unbelievable. Was that 2? It was before Rosie up on the grab, sends it out, but KFC on the back line with another send in. Paranim now with it, turning it around as Occulizator. No goes beyond the goal there. Sweet Tooth brings it in. Sweet Tooth stunned out. Game gets a pickup. Game gets a clear. This one is all the way out. We're looking for a stack race. Stacks the ring cleanly. Rosie Hope uncontested. Uncontested. 4-point lead.
4-point lead, and Cyclones doing Cyclone things. Nice work breaking the pass. They got bottled up a little bit there on their side of the arena, but finally were able to break free there and have the chain ready to get down there and pick up that goal uncontested for another 2 points. KC's been doing a good job there. They couple scuff passes, I think some missed opportunities to move the disc forward. Once they get down over there on the blue side of the arena, they've been making some passes. Real good passes count. Nice shot by Ock from the floor for the tray bomb. But they've got to watch that going into the second half. I think some of those missed passes they saw earlier, especially on those long distance passes, are the Cyclones are making them pay for those. And if those keep occurring, that could be the difference maker in this game by a couple points.
1-point lead here to the Cyclones game. Undersaw by the chain, gets a quick pass there to Saluna at mid. Saluna. You see how they do that? They're not unanchored for almost most of the time. They're holding on to that disc as a long send in there. That was ambitious. As that chain, Paranim and Sweet Tooth get it picked off. That's gonna be Occulizator with the send in, though the defense is there to pick it up. Saluna on the back line with it there. Far side as KFC and Sweet Tooth aggressing. Still gets a good pass here to Rosie up on the near side. Rosie has all the room, all the time, all the space to hit that one from 38 meters out. Rosie Hope takes the shot, and they're up by 4.
And the Cyclones, again, go back and watch the play. Cyclones there did an amazing job of breaking up the Kansas City's ability to get chained together. There's a little scrum going over on the far side of the blue, the far side wall of the blue side of the arena. And you saw Rosie coming in, looking back behind her to see if anybody's running her down, and her team was doing an amazing job just stopping those chains from getting together.
Now Game juking around, gets around the defense on the stunned out goalie, gets it in for 2. They're suddenly up by 6. The Cyclones are starting to walk away with it.
They've got the motor running, man. You can hear it revving. And Kansas City needs to get through the rest of this quarter. And then once they have a quick timeout there in between quarters, adjust their strategy again like they've done all season and keep the Cyclones guessing. They've been doing a good job there as the Cyclones are adjusting very, very quickly, but they've got to keep that pressure on.
I mean, you want to know the kind of impact that Echo Club Kansas City has had in this game. The Cyclones have run the ace play almost exclusively all season. They have changed it up a little bit, but they have been running the double stacks almost exclusively all season long. And you see here, they have completely changed up their strategy when they're coming out on these rollouts here. I don't know, defense, it might still be double stacked. They're up by 8 now off of that one from Rosie. But on offense, we have not seen the ace play, I think, since the beginning of the game. And that tells you that Echo Club Kansas City came in with a strategy specifically tuned to the Orlando Cyclones. And the Cyclones had to completely change their game. But that tells you how good the Cyclones team is. They had to completely change their game, and they're suddenly starting to run away with it off of that audible. That is unbelievable.
Yeah, and what the Cyclones really did, I think, in the second half and the end of the first quarter there, or excuse me, the first half, Acorn again, defense not able to get there in time, is they are they are doing an amazing job of picking apart Kansas City's ability to get their defense together. Every time the disc breaks loose, the last 3 or 4 goals out of the Cyclones have been uncontested in the bubble because the KC's defense is getting bottled up via stuns, and that's a direct result of the Cyclones' strategy. We'll bring you right back for the fourth quarter. We're going to pay some bills. Keep them lights on.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Honda. One man with 4 wheels strapped to a parallel twin engine. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Honda motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Central. Be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. With fun games and exclusive interviews, we never know who will show up on Late Night VR. So join us at 9:30 p.m. Central right here at twitch.tv/the NEPA TV at 9:30 p.m. Central.
And coming back for the fourth quarter, the big change we've seen here at the Cyclones, we're having problems putting points on the board with KC's defense crowding the bubble. And what did they do? They adjusted, and now they're taking out KC's defense before they can get back and get in the bubble and cause them any problems. The last few goals, multiple goals out of the Cyclones have been uncontested there in the bubble. But you're seeing the 2 most agile teams. Nice KFC for 3. They needed that. You're seeing the 2 most agile teams in the entire league. They have both. I would love to be in their chat right now or on their comms right now and just hear how many times each team is changing their strategy and adjusting their play during this game, because it's been at least probably 3 times between both teams.
Game handling this one. You see, they're just rolling with this. Basically, they're going with a standard split. Rosie mishandles that one. That's a recovery here on the near side of the chain. It's in the area. Somehow she gets a grab on it, sends it away, and it will be Game getting there first. Good communication there to keep control of the disc in spite of the little mistake there. Game now sending it back to Rosie. Rosie across to Acorn. Acorn to Saluna. Saluna gets the 1v1. One more pass. The chain was in, though. Ooh. That's
nice work.
Yeah, that was fantastic. As Akala's there slaps that one away. In this 8-point game, this one's down into the Cyclone zone. Ooh, Rosio gets there, flings it back to that near side wall where Occulizer will get it recovered. Open goal!
Oh, nice.
They're within
nice.
5.
Ock with the 3, fighting it out. 1v2, gets back out, picks up the loose disc. Nobody to pass it to, takes the team on his shoulders and puts it in for 3 from long distance before the defense can get there and break them up.
5-point lead here to the Cyclones. Game across Acorn into Rosie. How quickly they move that, and they've got that chain in. That was wow. That was fast. They're up by 7.
An overshoot there on the defensive chain coming back. Just missed Game, but I mean, it's Game. He's going to see it coming. They were able to get back, weren't able to disrupt the play, and Game's inside the bubble. Kind of a foregone conclusion at that point, but no worries, coming right back, and I'm sure they have an answer for him.
Hey, Baron or Aaron in chat, H-A-R-O-N, settle a disagreement. Is it Baron or Aaron? Let us know.
It's Baron. It's Baron. I had this problem a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, it was you and me. We were arguing about it, and there was someone settled it in chat, but then I don't know, it came up again. So since he's here, I want him to settle it in front of the whole world. Palador says Aaron is Jay Walker. Fair enough. Sweet Tooth sending us one in. Occulizer, dangerous in the bubble, gets away, hits it.
Oh,
ooh. Shout out to Smooth Riding for this one. As if the Orlando Cyclones are looking for their ankles, they can find them in the Lost and Found after the game. And that was a stolen line from Smooth Riding.
Stuck it, and sure enough, I mean, Ock out there putting the jukes on, using the Geo. And saying to the Cyclones, yeah, I understand you got Game, but yeah, I also am able to do some magic as well, shaking the entire defense there and finding the lane to put points on the board to keep his team in this 5-point game. Nobody can let off the accelerator right now.
No, not at all. It's Rosie, a big cross there to Acorn, bringing it in 1v1. Oh,
ooh.
wow. Oh, wow.
Acorn.
That's where the goalie's hand was. He still hit it.
Yeah, he's got a sniper scope on, man. Like, really? Off the ding into the goal? Wow. I mean, that. You love hockey, dude. You're just going to go glove side and just, and just make a statement? Is that what he just did?
Glove side, top shelf, corner pocket. Rosie Hope! Rosie Hope!
Oh! I'm done.
Wow. 10-point lead.
Rosie.
Chat,
The
cut it
breakup
out.
early.
Don't make me yell at you. Don't make me yell at you. Avoid, stop it.
You got it, Palador. Rosie abandoned all hope. Just crushing defenses.
That was unbelievable. That was such a oh, whoa, my
Well,
goodness!
with the answer.
AFC!
Oh, 3-piece crispy. I'll take that, please. The meal for 3 points. KFC with the answer. Right back to Rosie Hope's quick 3-point shot.
KFC right now singing anything you can do. I can do better. I can do anything better than you. His game is going to get this one picked up. He's so good after that. Sending this one to the near side. Rosie Hope sent big send in for there for Saluna. Saluna does not have a lane. As Alcalizator right behind her. She jukes up, keeps this one away. What a read.
Nice.
Paranum sends that one away. That's Paranum and Sweet Tooth looking to pick it up. Sweet Tooth with it now. Holds on for just a moment. Soft send in the trap here for Alcalizator. Under assault by 2. Sends this one to the near side. Paranum 3v1. Paranum gets it. Within 5 again.
Paranum's back. She took a quick break for a quarter, but she's back. Those last 2 plays were all Paranum. Just making it happen.
This is still a game. We've got less than 3 minutes to go here in the final quarter of the NEPA Pro Series. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final 2.5 minutes of this first season. Oculizator, big turnover. They're down by 5. Ox sends this one in. Hits Sweet Tooth. That's KFC cutting. Oh, the big stop game. Unbelievable. They get it cleared up, and now it's going to be Paranum on the back line. Paranum sending this one in near side. Hits KFC. KFC almost pulls Acorn out, but Acorn wisely goes back to the bubbles. KFC down with Ascendant. Hits Oculizator. Most dangerous man in the bubble gets stunned up by Game. 1v1 against Game. You don't see that very often. Game gets it clear. We're going to have a stack race. Fourth stack is in. Game with it. Game hits it. They're up by 6. They're up by 8.
And Sweet Tooth can't quite get back in time. And again, you see KC. Paranum saw she wasn't going to get the game in time. Floated back to get the stack together, and then, as usual, the Cyclones jumped in there and broke up all their stacks. Weren't able to get back there in time. Game uncontested there in the goal. Sweet Tooth trying to run it down.
Paranum juking away from that chain here. A minute and a half to go. They're still in it, but they have to score right now. KFC sending it back across here to Paranum. Paranum stunned up by that chain. Oh, if they score here, this may just be the ice. As they're going to get picked off, no, Oculizator turns it back around. They've got it set in here. Paranum, no, Sweet Tooth with it. Sweet Tooth using Paranum as an anchor. Hits the 3.
Wow.
Within 5 with 1 minute to go.
Check out that comm, dude. Check out that comm. Uses his teammate as an anchor. Sweet Tooth picks up the 3, puts him back within 5. That just kept them in this game.
It absolutely did. There's still time. 1 minute to go. Orlando Cyclones up by 5 for the game. Handling it here. Chain gets there, hits him. Will be Rosie up, though. Handling it cleanly. Going over to Saluna there at mid. Saluna, they're walking this one up. She doesn't have an in pass. Has to wait for a moment. Now over to Rosie. Rosie handling it. That chain is doing so much work right now. The sending, though, not on. Are they going to get it collected? They do. 42 seconds. Oculizator with the clear. Is it out? It is. That chain, though, Game is going to get there first and does get it turned around. That one's through mid. Off of the Geo there, far side, 30 seconds. They have to score literally right now. KFC sends this one in off the wall. That's going to be close, but Rosie up with the grab. 25 seconds. If they hold off for 3, 2, 1, that's it. Orlando Cyclones are going to take the victory here as Paranum gets the final goal of the game. Congratulations, Game. Saluna, Rosie up, Acorn, Captain Will. That's my voice. I've given you everything.
Wow. Wow. On the breakup, Rosie with the last save of the game to give them the victory. Paranum coming back in for another 2 points, but not enough time to close that gap back out. 3 points, 59-49. And there you have it. Dude, I don't even know if you've looked at the stats yet, but my God, look at him. Just look at it. Just let it sink in for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh no, they just disappeared. Basically, 10 points, 10 points, 16 points, 16 points to the shooters on the Cyclones. Unfortunately, not going to be able to see the total number of saves in that one. As oh my goodness.
We had on Cyclones, everybody had double digits, except I think they had 4 players with double digits, and
one player.
Sorry, 3 players with double digits, 1 player with close to double digits, and then over on Echo Club Kansas City, same thing. 2 players with double digits and 2 players with single digits as well. But I mean, both these teams, all 4 players were doing work. There was nobody in that arena on either team at any time that you could not count as a threat. And Game did great work. I had him he only had 7 goals for this game. But they racked up 52 points, and that just tells you how hard the rest of the Orlando Cyclones was working to carry their fair share of this victory to put them up 52-49. And by no means are we selling Echo Club Kansas City short at all. I mean, Sweet Tooth just on fire tonight. Not quite enough to get it done. Paranim, big shout out to Paranim. I think Paranim was a difference maker there in the second half and really the first half of this game that kept Echo Club Kansas City within spitting distance of taking down the Orlando Cyclones, because she's everywhere and nowhere. And every time you think that you're wondering who Echo Club Kansas City is passing to or who's going to pick up that loose disc, it's Paranim. And Paranim's there, picking it up, sending it forward, taking the shots in the open goals, and doing some amazing work. I think the difference maker for why the Cyclones walked away with a W here is they, in the second half, and really kind of into the second quarter, they switched their strategy to stunning out KC's defense before they could get back. And that amounted for so many points that they were able to get on the board to close that gap and then keep themselves up for the rest of the second half, because KC was just never able to get back and mount an effective defense. And there were several times in there that there were open goals that the Cyclones took advantage of. Whenever KC got back into the bubble, they did a pretty good job of slowing and stifling the Cyclones' run. But once they weren't able to get back, it was all she wrote. So for MVP for me, I don't know. Can I give it to the entire team, dude?
I as you were talking there, I was thinking really hard about it, and I don't think anyone on the Cyclones is going to disagree with this. My call. It's it's basically the easy call, but I think in this case it really wasn't, because I really had to give it some thought. I am going to go to Game for MVP, and the reason I'm going to get a Game is because when you talk to Saluna and Rosie about what goes on in their comms, Game is the general. He's calling the plays. He's telling them what to do, what not to do. Not all the time. He's not he's not micromanaging.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was a big strategic change by the Cyclones to regain control of this game after that first quarter, it was Game's call. It was Game. It would have been Game making that call. It would have been Game saying, "Here's what we need to do to adjust against this team." And presuming that's the case, and I'm going to. Rox is saying you don't know the half of it. I'm kind of curious what I don't know. Even Kong immediately said, "Little do you know." Who was it? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, correct me. Who made the call? Because my presumption would be Game, and that's why I'm going with Game on MVP. There's Mozzie saying, "No, you're not wrong. It was just funny." I guess Broman insisting there's some Joker drama. I don't know what's going on, but I'm presuming I'm correct, and so it's for that reason I'm going to go to Game for the MVP, and only for that reason is the generaling, it's the play calling behind the scenes, the stuff we don't get to hear, the stuff we don't actually know, like what's going on until after the fact, until we're doing interviews. And I think, I wonder who Brutus, when you interview them, ask, check, make sure I'm right. Because if it was someone else, I'm changing my MVP vote for real. Because whoever made the strategic calls there, it's just who won this game. And as far as Spotlight, Sweet Tooth. Had Kansas City won, Sweet Tooth would have been MVP in my call, in my estimation. But because they didn't get the victory here, Sweet Tooth will be for me the Spotlight player.
Yeah, and I Don't disagree with you. I'm going to go with the same. So Sweet Tooth for Spotlight because he was popping off. Again, if I could give it to the entire Kansas City team for Spotlight, I would. I think Sweet Tooth, just the amount of points he was racking up on the board and the great work he was doing back in the bubble as well. It was a close toss up there because I think, again, Paranim did a fair amount of work that went somewhat probably unnoticed during this game to keep KC in this game and get them up early. But Sweet Tooth just racking up points early. And then Game, for the same reason, you said that a lot of things that we aren't privy to that are happening on that team during that play, but the things that we could see is just how, Game didn't get his first points on the board until the second quarter. And after that, three goals in the third quarter, 2 goals in the fourth quarter. But Game was just he was affecting the ability of the Cyclones to put points on the board. He was breaking up plays as well. He was a monster, breaking up chains and then tying down defenses. But that ability of him to run that strategy and enable the rest of the team is why he's an MVP as well for me.
Well, there you have it. I do believe it took all season long for Game to earn an MVP. The expectations are so high for that poor guy who is just expected to do so well that Dimwee almost never admits that he did well, because relative to how well you expect him to play, he just plays his game. So there you have it, Game. It took the championship for you to earn it, but you're going to walk away with the MVP. Hats off to Sweet Tooth as the spotlight player. Hats off to both of these teams who played just an outstanding match. Couldn't see any other finish to the first ever NEPA Pro Series than a 1-score game to end things. What great action. We are going to talk to a couple of the players, so don't go far.
Whatever, dude. Hello.
Echo Club, Kansas City.
Hello.
Hi. Congratulations to you on an awesome season. Not going to walk away with a cup tonight, but boy, did you give it an excellent fight. Oculazator, what did you see out of your team tonight?
Perfection. We played so much better than them. It was crazy. But, we can't control the game and crashes, and it just happens sometimes. But I think we proved that we were better, the better team, to be honest. And I don't know, even though we lost. I try to sound salty, but they also played amazing.
Yeah, so I like the confidence. You guys did play a great game. Sweet Tooth, you're walking away with a highlight player tonight. Really came out scoring, getting it done at both ends. What was it about Echo Club Kansas City that was able to put together such a great performance tonight, but really just such a great performance throughout the season to get to the finals?
Our chemistry together was just amazing throughout the whole season. Our defense, I love how they always cover the right people, give me the best shots I could save. And then Paranim with the backstack. Love the regrabs.
Thank you. Love your regrabs.
Yeah, really great play out of you both. Paranim, how does it feel? You came up just short, but a great season overall. What do you think, your first ever Pro Series?
It was exciting. Honestly, we came really close. Obviously, it's disappointing that we didn't win, but we'll get them next time.
That's right. Pro Series 2 is going to be right around the corner, so do not go far. KFC, great match tonight. You had some awesome threes there. Dropped out for a little bit, but you were able to come back in, get regrouped, be effective there in the final 2 quarters. What did you think of the match?
It was an amazing match. I think we played really well, and to be honest, yes, we lost, but it doesn't feel like we lost. It still felt like we were all having fun, and it felt like a win basically. Just the numbers didn't work out that way.
Well, all the viewers were having fun as well. You guys put on quite the performance. Zeus's KFC fell out. You had to jump in as a real-time sub. What's it like to go from 0 to 100 that quickly and get involved in the action?
Yeah, I think it was probably pretty obvious on the stream. It was definitely a quick speed up for me jumping in like that, but luckily we didn't fall too far behind. I think we tied it up by the end of the round, so I would have liked to see the win come out, but I'm glad I could at least jump in when KFC jumped out.
Yes, indeed. Well, again, congratulations to you all on a great, great season. You're going to go home as West champions. And again, just a great, great effort and a great finish. Couldn't have asked for anything more in the first ever Pro Series championship. You brought it down to a 1-score game. Not going to walk away with the victory tonight, but a lot of momentum to carry in the Pro Series too. Thank you all for a great, great season and the awesome action that we enjoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem at all.
Thanks.
And now we'll be joined by our first ever NEPA Pro Series champions, the Orlando Cyclones.
Woo!
We did it.
Yay! Yay!
And the party has begun in Orlando. I love it. Game, you guys came out and played an excellent match. What was your strategy going into the night, and what adjustments did you have to make as Echo Club Kansas City came out of the gates hot and really got you up against the wall in the first quarter?
Yeah, so we knew our double chain was going to be studied up on by them. We knew our usual strategies. They were going to come out with an answer to them. So what we tried to do is we tried to come out with the answer to their answer. It didn't work right off the bat in round one. We went down a little bit. But overall in the QB play, we normally run that chain play, as most people know. We decided to not do that for the mere reason that I thought we were going to get countered by it, and it actually worked amazingly. So when it was open top mid, a lot of the time it just relieved a whole lot of pressure that would have otherwise been on us if we kept running that.
Yeah, well, it certainly was a good strategy, as it's going to see you walk home with the victory tonight. That's awesome. Saluna, a great match, a great season overall. What are your thoughts finishing up here the first ever Pro Series as a champ?
I could not be happier with the team I'm on. Like, oh my god. Like, I'm so happy to be on a team with these people. They're all so good. And I feel like we all play pretty well together. Clearly we play well, because, like, we kind of just won. But I'm really happy to be playing with them, if you couldn't tell. And, yeah, that's all I really got to say.
Yeah, absolutely love it and love the energy from our last interviews. You guys got to play together at LAN, and I love to see the energy tonight. I can see you're thrilled with the victory. Happy to see it. Rosie? No follow-up on the MVP. That went to game tonight, but you walked away with it in the semifinals. You actually tied game for the game lead for goals with 7. Saw you a little bit more in on the offensive action tonight versus the defense we saw in the semifinals. What'd you think of tonight's match?
Honestly, I think I played really well. I before the game, I knew that I had to step my game up if we wanted to win this, and I think it took a lot mentally to bring myself to there, but I'm really proud of myself for how I played today.
As you should be. You are a champ. Acorn getting in on the action, getting some goals there, particularly in the second and the third quarter. As you guys found yourself down after the first, you really got involved in the midfield and on the offensive end. What'd you think of tonight's match?
It was really good, really fun time playing with these people. Backstack, not so much the first round there, but after that, the backstack was just popping off. We were getting interceptions left and right, and that allowed me and Rosie to push up more into their end for the second half. But it was a really great game.
Yeah, great stuff indeed. Game, congratulations. You are the MVP of the first ever NEPA championship game. Congrats to you. I also think it's the first time Sir Dimwee voted for you to get an MVP, mostly because the expectations are so high that you just weren't able to impress him enough. You did in the championship, mostly because of the adjustments that he thought he saw going into the second quarter and beyond. Can you truly take credit for the changes your team made, able to overcome that 10-point deficit?
I'd say so, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like I've really been the strategist of the team so far, coming up with all the ideas and what we do and when. So yeah, if there was a visible change in strategy on the field, I think the credit should go to me because I've been the one doing the changes. But yeah, no, it's fine. Didn't we always says super nice things about me, so I'll give him a pass on the MVPs.
All right, well, good answer, because he's going to let you keep it based off of that, so that was an important one. Any parting shots as you guys go to celebrate being the first ever champions of the NEPA Pro Series?
I'd like to say something. I'd like to dedicate my season to my grandpa Tino. Without the support of my family and their wisdom and all of their advice, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I'm dedicating this season to my family, and yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you, Rosie, and thank you to all the families out there who support these pro players. It is a rigorous season indeed. It's been 3 months leading up to this championship, and super, super excited for you guys. Thank you for the great action you've provided all season long. Go celebrate. Have a great night, and we look forward to seeing more out of the Orlando Cyclones in Pro Season 2.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank
you.
We will be back.
We will be back.
Yes, yes, yes.
We're not going anywhere.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Dimwee, there you have it. Your MVP vote. Dimwee's out, but he is here vocally at least. There you have it. Game is there to claim his MVP. You are validated in your reasoning. Good sir.
Yeah, of course, Game, the most humblest of players. You know what? It's we saw the confirmation in the chat and hearing confirmation from him. So I'm feeling pretty humble after making that call. Honestly, I'm not. I'm feeling humble. My ego monster is going crazy right now.
Did we validate? Did we will always be right?
I'm gonna be such a prima for the next week. Like, get me my brown M&Ms. Mom, meatloaf.
There is one yellow M&M in this bowl. Get rid of this trash.
So,
I don't want to see anyone's face until it's with a bowl of brown M&Ms.
So yeah, no, this is a great game, and I'm glad to hear their voices. Actually, while you were interviewing Kansas City, I hopped into the voice. I totally broke protocol, and I hopped into voice chat to say congratulations to the Cyclones, and they all yelled at me. Positive things, not anger yell, just excited yelling. And so I'm really satisfied with the ending we got, how close that game was, how well everybody played. Seeing Game go all out, full on preempting adjustments, apparently. So I thought I hadn't seen the ace play, but I was like, I must be wrong. I must have missed it. So I started saying we stopped seeing the ace play. They didn't run it at all. So there you go. So I wasn't crazy, and everything's good, and I'm ready for more Echo. VRML starting up, by the way, but yeah, I'm ready for so much. I'm ready for everything. I'm ready. I'm ready.
And with that said, as well, don't forget, for all the players and viewers and all the Echo units out there and watching, if you want to get into the pro game, get into VRML. The season's starting up. Start working on your skills. Start getting polished up in VRML as the season goes. Get your team together. Get on the PDR. Get into a AAA, and then one day we may see you there in the pros as well. But the Echo's always going. So if you're not on one of the pro teams or AAA, get in the VRML playing. For all our European fans that are watching, obviously the Euro Cup is coming up. Get out there, represent your country, and we look forward to seeing all of you here in the arena getting casted here on NEPA TV.
Indeed, and we want to see you in St. Louis as well. We're less than 2 months out, so get to NEPAVRPro.com. Get yourself signed up for the NEPA Charity Cup. All 12 of these professional teams that you saw participate in Pro Series 1 are expected to be there, in addition to other teams. Come out, watch them play, have a chance to play with them, and just enjoy more and more great Echo action. Sir Dimwee Nails, it was an awesome season. We saw the best players in the world come out and compete for the first time as professionals. This sport has nowhere to go but up. I'm excited to be a part of it with you too. Any parting shots, Dimwee, for the viewers as we wrap up the season?
We got nothing but love. That's it.
And they love blue on you, so keep that sweatshirt. I understand it's quite comfortable. Go out and order yours. It's also available at NEPAVRPro.com. Nails, how about you? Say goodbye to the people.
I had a blast. This season. And I loved working with you guys. I love working with all you guys there at NEPA TV, all our casters, and then to focus, obviously, just crushing it. Jimmy, obviously, shout out to you as well out there in Chatland. But you two guys, I love casting with you. I had a great time. It was an honor as a noob here in the Echo Arena. Thank you to all the fans as well for having patience with me and Brutus as the two new guys rolling in and listening to us chat and yell at you and make jokes and pull obscure movie references from the 90s. You're welcome. But I can't wait to see all your faces there at the LAN. Make sure you get a ticket if you don't have one already. I'll see you there. You better be there. And we will see you again at the next pro season and at the LAN. Thanks.
That's right. And as you said, special thanks to the Focus who keeps this thing running for us, Jimmy who keeps the whole NEPA operation going, Doc Education, Palador joining us in the booth throughout the season as well. It's been great working with the entire broadcast team, Phenom not to be left out as well. So just want to say thanks to all the viewers, to all the Echo units and NEPA VR fans who have joined us for the first ever pro season. Couldn't have come to a better conclusion as we saw a great matchup tonight. You Orlando Cyclones take home the first ever NEPA championship. So congrats
shout out to
them.
Timber as well.
I've heard of him. Timber
You may have heard of that guy.
Good work.
His skills need work in the arena, but shout out to Timber as well for this
shots
whole
fired.
Shots fired. Shout out to Timber for this whole brainchild and doing all that work behind the scenes, as well as all the owners. Thanks again.
And with that, that's all I've got. See ya.
See ya.